Hello, listener. Welcome back. This is session 4 of...
I think so.
Lich, please.
Lich, please.
I don't think I've said the name on stream at all. It just sort of it happened.
I love it.
But yes,
drop a like for the name.
Yes, where we last left off, Bray and Ornessa were preparing for this sort of festival of beauty put on by He Who Sings of Love, the Fey Lord, who once a year visits the city of Willowvale to host this sort of festival pageant. Complicating things a little bit was the presence of Glimmer, this unicorn-horned satyr who had been praying to Bray just one night prior, perhaps splitting up some motivations a little bit, or at least giving Bray a little bit of pause on how exactly she'd be responding to things. However, where we find Bray, and across from her, Ornessa, you're going through the process of preparing yourself for this event. Mm-hmm. Yes, what does that process look like?
That process looks like she's going to take out her bun that she normally wears, brush it out, get it all looking somewhat nice. And we'll start pinning it into almost like a half up, half down look, swoops to the back, a nice little almost half bun arrangement at the top of the back, and the rest falls down into her just naturally curly hair. And then she's got her little horns that kind of stick out, and she'll adorn the silver circlet with the, a gem? It was a gem of some sort.
Oh, it's a Tear of Averon?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tear of Averon?
I believe so.
I know I have notes somewhere, I just don't remember where. Is it? No, that's not it. Either way, yes. She's going to adorn her circlet. Adorn her circlet. That's got the Tear of Averon in the middle, which is like a glowing white gem. Kind of looks like a glowing star. It's almost got little beads, almost not water dropley, but falling stars falling around all around it. She's going to put on the midnight blue dress that her mother gave her before she even left for Barovia, which is a kind of plunging V-neck, off-the-shoulder sleeves, ball gown, with crystals adorning the bodice and kind of falling down, looking like almost a starfall again.
Yes.
Put on some makeup, just a little less is more, but still very chic.
Yes.
And we'll take some of the honey, maybe dilute it with a little bit of water or something.
For sure. And
rub it on her arms where the blackness is.
Okay.
And then on both arms, it's almost mimicking the gloves that she has, and sprinkle the gem dust.
I get it.
All over her arms so that they glow. Add a little bit, high points of her cheekbones. And just have that little bit of expensive shimmer.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Totally. As you're preparing that, did you send Igmarel back to swap places with Miria?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so Miria, she was going to fly back. Igma was going to fly Miria down and hang up the ship.
All right. In that case, I'm going to grab some dice and do a very quick roll. Mm-hmm. See how that's going. What could go wrong, you say?
Nothing could go wrong.
What indeed could go wrong? I think I have enough dice now. Okay. As kind of preparing, you can hear occasional bits of chatter in your mind from Ornessa.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like, Bray, have we decided what we're going to do yet? About our friend.
Here's the thing. I know Glimmer wants to win. But, I do too. And I really think I deserve it.
Yeah, you deserve it, Bray.
Best of luck to you, though.
Yep. I don't think I'm gonna need it, but...
What form are you going as?
I'm going as myself.
Oh. Your true self.
I think so.
Ooh.
You seem to like it, so...
Spicy. That'll be fun. That'll be interesting to see how the rest of the folks react.
Oh, I hope it's frightening. But, I mean, there's lots of folks out there with horns. If Glimmer can have them and you can
of
have
course.
them.
I'm more talking about and I'll, gesture to her, long tail with the heart on the end. The wings on her back.
Yeah.
That's a little more,
it's a little less subtle.
unique.
Yeah. But right now, I think I'm only charming 2 people. And I don't think I need to charm Miria anymore. So, one or 2 loud voices can be in my favor, I think.
Ah.
Which, unless you really want me to charm somebody, but...
Not at this point. Maybe
Good.
if there's some tough competition, but have we met any of the other, or seen any of the other people entering?
Yeah,
The returning person.
Lady Urida
Mm-hmm.
of Tyr, and then Phaeolit
But Phaeolit
is currently charmed.
is currently charmed. Maybe that other girl from Tyr, I think it was, if she's a problem, but other than that...
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I think it seems like it's pretty simple. Just a few... I think we do our reveals for the audience, and then we kind of do, a little bit of a walk-off.
Ah, yes.
Show off our talents. Do you know what your talent's gonna be?
I do. I
Oh.
think it'll be interesting.
Oh. No, I'm excited.
What are you gonna do?
I think I'm just gonna do a little dance.
A little dance? Can I have a taste?
Well, not here. People will see.
We're in our own tent, are we not?
Well, you're sort of booths across from each other, right? You've got a little curtain out.
Oh, okay.
Well, if I don't want to...
Oh, that's fair. That's fine.
You'll have to wait and see.
Hmm.
I don't want to spoil anything. As you're kind of having this chat, you can hear someone in the little kind of curtain booth next to you sitting down, and someone else is preparing. Lady Bray?
Hello?
You can hear Miria's voice kind of. Are you there?
I'm in here.
Oh, walking along.
I'll open the curtain.
Yes, the tiefling kind of stands at attention.
Hello.
Yes, Igmarel sent me to...
You're welcome
be
to
here.
enjoy the town. If you'd like to watch the pageant, we thought you could get off the ship for a while and do as you please.
Oh, I thank you very much for that.
We have until next morning, I believe.
Yes, I...
Or we were going to go back tonight after the pageant.
Oh, yes.
So late tonight. We'll leave in the morning.
In the morning.
I believe so.
Very good.
If all goes according to plan.
Oh, there's a plan. Oh.
Well, there's not really a plan, but barring anything crazy happening.
Right, of course.
I don't really know where we're going next, but I mean, it's a pretty small town.
Yes, doesn't seem... I mean, the trees are...
Beautiful.
Very, I can't really say. I can't recall the last time I've been in a city or even a town, really. I've mostly just had myself on a little airship or two, but, well, when on the ground, I find it's best to make the most of it, and she's kind of taking a step out the door, well,
enjoy!
all the best to you. If you need to summon me, Ornessa's still very much on my mind, so...
Lovely.
Yes. Isn't she? She eyes drift. Well, goodbye. She kind of like steps out. As that's happening, kind of prep yourself there. There's like a little bit of sort of downtime if you have anything you want to do before it starts besides just appearances. Ornessa has not come out of her little booth yet. She's still kind of like prepping.
No, I think I'm good. Yeah.
All right. As then you finish preparations, hair's all done up and everything. Young kind of servant comes out, just standing in kind of the center hall here, sort of. If the entrance would follow me, I believe, and he kind of like pulls out this little like folded piece of paper. There are 5 of you, and he's kind of like checking. There's like a few names added on, kind of tacked on at the end there. Would the women with the horns?
Us?
Oh yes. A name to announce you under?
Bray.
Just Bray?
Bray Valendon.
He's gonna make a history check real quick. Is Madam, I'm not sure if it a joke. I just
What's a joke?
We shouldn't be taking names like that. That is a known name. People will know that you're not Bray Valendon.
Why would they know that I'm not Bray Valendon?
Well, it's not ethical to lie about your identity. And
why would I lie?
Oh, what are you doing here? You're quickly like writing your name in on the sheet.
I'm hanging out. I'm entering a pageant.
Oh my goodness. I didn't. You're the daughter of Lyra.
I am.
This is real?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
This?
Wow. Incredible. Best of luck and...
Thank you. Maybe that'll score me some brownie points.
Well, if the crowd believes this, my goodness, you're quite a figure to be gracing this city with your presence. And you there, and Ornessa kind of like peeks out. You can see her hair is like done up in these like elaborate braids that all kind of like not tangle, but they like very like neatly fall as one kind of like strand down her back. May as well say, she too has kind of like the midnight blue dress.
Excuse me, your thing is pink.
Yes, this dress complements my skin, thank you.
How dare you copy me?
Her dress is a lot less frills and kind of like...
Fair.
There is a photo of it in the... what would you call it? The art description that is probably showing up on the screen right now.
I have it open.
It's very much the...
I sent you that one.
Yes.
Nice.
The color of it is kind of like a dark blue. She's got these like long gloves. Lots of like jewelry. Her hands have these like gems on the back of them, which kind of like chains lead out to these like full finger rings that are like spiked. So she has like these like gold claws almost.
That's terrifying.
Her horns,
love it.
Yeah, her horns are all done up with bits of jewelry, little caps on them and whatnot. Her tail has like a whole bunch of like rings along it, ending of course at that little heart. Sort of, you can just introduce me as Ornessa. And you just hear in your head, I was gonna make an association with you, but if you're entering the contest too, then we probably shouldn't.
Yeah, it might be a good idea.
It wouldn't look good for one of us.
I'll put on my signet ring.
Okay.
Of House Valendon. Or like I have a signet ring, so I'm assuming it's from Valendon.
Yeah.
I'll put it on with my other on top of the jewels.
Yes. That would be like the red sort of 4-pointed sun on a ring there.
And I forgot to give. We're good.
With that, other figures will emerge too, but mostly it's like heads peeking out.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Phaelet. He's like doing up, like he's got like a collar that he's kind of messing with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we'll be out in just a moment there. Head's kind of poking. But the gentleman sort of, yes, so if you'll just follow me here to the back of the room, and he sort of like leads you to the back of the tent here. You can hear others kind of like moving around behind you, but just kind of not out yet. And as he leads you to the very back of this tent, you came on as sort of like a ramp that kind of like leads and kind of hugs the tree as it makes its way up. So the back of this tent is the tree. There's this little like kind of crevice in the tree itself with like makeshift stairs that lead up into the tree.
Funky.
Sort of, if you'll just follow these steps here, there is a guardrail if you need someone to assist you at all. They will, the steps will have you emerge. You just
Lovely.
walk across the stage into your seat. You can take any of the seats if you'd like. Is there a preference for who would like to go first here? And Ernest
And
sort of,
I'll...
do we want Phaelet to go first?
I was just about to contact Phaelet and say... Oh, can I influence him through or just... No, I'll get Ornessa to do it in like the voice she's been.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
You can also hear kind of the echo of this.
Yeah.
Like, I think you should go first, Phaelet. Make a good impression. Phaelet sort of, oh yes, I will go first. As he sort of steps out, he's got this like, almost like a bronze kind of like really like puffy, he's got the big shoulder pads, kind of the, what do you call it, like the white kind of like collar around.
Oh, like the Shrek collar? Like in
Kinda,
Shrek
yeah.
when they're like humans?
Yes, yeah.
Or not humans when they're ogres.
Is it a cravat? Something like that?
Yeah.
Where it's- but he's like really done up, very aristocratic. He's got like the little leather gloves on that kind of flare out at the wrists.
Does he have like the white face makeup?
Not quite.
Not quite.
He's clean shaven and he's got like maybe a little bit of powder on the cheeks kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like hair all combed back.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like strides out, kind of, my lady.
Good to see you.
I wish I could say the same, but
Best of luck.
yes, to you as well. I trust you'll stay courageous. It can be disheartening to lose a competition like this.
I hear it can, so try not to cry too much.
Oh. If only your wit was like that when last we met. But it seems you resorted to less comfortable tactics.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you're still on that, are you? Anyway, yes, I'll take my leave then. And he starts to like head up the steps. Just hear the heading up, and you can hear this like crowd cheering.
Oh, he's going out on the stage.
Yes.
Ornessa, I think he needs to get a little... Can you make him dizzy? Mess up his hair or something? Get him to...
I can tell him to throw his face into the ground. It'll probably break his nose, but then there's a chance it'll break the spell. My charm.
Maybe just get him stumbling if you can.
Okay.
Maybe get him to rake his fingers through his hair a little too aggressively, mess it up.
Okay.
Vomit works too.
What's that?
Vomit works too.
Oh, I've never tried to make someone vomit on command before. Ooh, that could be fun. Yeah, she's going to sort of send a message up. The crowd, like, cheering kind of, like, dies down a little bit. And he's going to make a con save.
Oh, is it a 1? Or 7?
So that's a nat 1. As there's a moment of pause, and it just kind of, like, looks at you and gives this kind of, like, sly little smile, as you just hear the crowd go, whoa!
I'll, like, hold out my hand discreetly for a little high five.
Yeah, she gives you a little...
Is the girl from Tyr here?
Yes. If you're turning back to look.
Yeah.
Yes. She's done up. All around her, like, shoulders and, like, upper kind of, like, collarbone is, like, a net. kind of like splayed out like a fishing net.
Oh yeah.
And everything like shoulders down is almost like a mermaid, like done up in like scales.
Oh, interesting.
It's metallic. It's not like a fish's scales so much as it's like a little bit darker.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like an iron appearance, like a mat.
Interesting.
But like really like flays out. And she's got this massive trident that she's holding on to. All of that like decked out in jewels. There's like chains coming off each of the points. It's a different look for sure.
Very unique.
She's got like the powdered face look. It almost makes her look like a statue.
Oh.
Clearly trying to invoke some of the fountains that Tyr is known for. She's got like the whole city that she's bringing with her, really.
Interesting.
But yeah, she's just sort of standing there, kind of, if you'll pardon the pun, stone-faced. Not really making eye contact with anybody. Kind of like raises a hand. If there's no one else, I'll go next.
Be my guest.
She starts to take a step up, and the servant
Age before beauty.
kind of like looks to you and kind of but the servant kind of puts a hand on her arm. Kind of like, excuse me, madam. There's been a slight delay. They just need 5 minutes up on the stage.
What happened?
I'm not entirely sure. There was a well, I think there was a complication with Phaelet's reveal, and they're just making sure they can salvage the conditions of the stage. Yes, that's a safe way to put it. It'll just be a minute, and then we'll start letting people up again.
Interesting.
A minute or two goes by.
Is Glimmer here?
Yes.
What does she look like?
Lean over. Art reveal, maybe. Let's see.
I don't have her.
No, you don't. Excellent. She is dressed. She is like decked out in like diamonds.
Love it.
Mostly diamonds. Secondary is pearls that are all over her.
Very pretty.
Hair kind of like swept over to the side in like curls. I believe I've mentioned her hair color before, but it's kind of like silvery.
Yeah.
But it catches like a whole spectrum of
like,
colors in it.
Pearlescent almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
And her dress also invokes like the image of a pearl.
Nice.
It's like it kind of like sweeps to the side as it goes down. Almost like a greenish color with notes of pink in it.
Mm-hmm.
Her hooves have what look to be, she's kind of like inspecting one of them, kind of like that.
Kind of like that?
It actually is another art piece you have shared with me in the past as reference for a dress.
For the ones that I just shared you? Or like, wait, oh, this one. That one?
No.
Oh.
You'll know when you see it. Which isn't technically right now. Maybe afterward. We'll get there. The listener has a great little art thing that is hovering probably right now over the screen. Hopefully. But she kind of comes out. Whatever is on her hooves, they kind of like glisten a little bit.
Ooh.
Like she's got like
Hoof polish.
platinum or something like her like horseshoes are like a very fine metal.
Wow.
Besides that, her horn is like, there's almost like a rainbow emanating off of it. Very, very magical. And her dress is, well, it's very fancy. It's kind of backless.
Ooh.
Which is a little different than some of the fashion around this point. Why is that? I don't know. We'll get there. But she kind of like strides out. Also, her nails are done. Each nail is a diamond. So they're like not quite filed to points, but they are like, you can see like the shape of a diamond over. They're glistening. It's like a physical like diamond has been slotted in.
My dear, that is gorgeous.
I thank you. You look
Those
wonderful.
are real. I like point to her nails.
Oh yes, they cost me several fortunes.
Yeah, no kidding.
And if you're inspecting her hands, you can see she does have a wooden ring on her ring finger. But I think it's worth it. I think I do have a shot this year. And, well, I hope for the best.
Oh, I hope you do well, my dear.
at that.
But best of luck for you.
Oh, and to you as well. I believe that you've got an excellent chance at this.
Oh, thank you.
As this is happening, Ornessa's kind of like bouncing from like anticipation. It's kind of like, when are we gonna go?
You can go next if you want. Next or after.
Oh, I will. Oh, the crowd's gonna love me. Kind of like tussles the hair a little bit. As one of the servants sort of like gets a word from through the tent and kind of, yes, Lady Gerda, you're able to head up now. Sort of like starts walking up. And once again, you can hear the crowd cheer. There's like an ooh and an ah, presumably at the large trident she's holding. And then Ornessa starts to like, okay, it's my turn now. Oh, go for it. She kind of like very like hurriedly heads up. Notably, because she is in like heels here, running up a spiral staircase, we roll an acrobatics check.
Oh no.
She bombs it. She kind of
oh no.
as you can see, like she's like halfway up, like clutching onto the railing, kind of like pulling herself up. Like I'm fine, Bray. I got this. Go up to the top. You can hear a little cheer and some gasps as she like walks across the stage. As for a moment, you just hear a ping in your mind. They got my name wrong.
What did they call you?
Ornessa. Bray, they saw I was a fiend and they thought I'd have to have a Z in my name.
We can deal with them later.
I'm gonna deal with a lot of them later when I find out who did this. At which point, unaware of this conversation.
Ornessa.
It is just you and Glimmer here. Glimmer sort of, would you like to?
You pick.
Oh, okay. Usually, the one who goes last leaves quite an impression.
I would like to go last.
If that's what you want, I gladly go first.
After you.
Yes, she gives that kind of a little like half curtsy and starts to head up. You can hear cheers and applause as she no doubt strides across the stage. At which point the servant here sort of, and Bray, that would be you there whenever you're ready.
Awesome. I'm going to cast Prestidigitation on myself. And I would like to... No, I'm going to get to the top. And as I'm walking out, cast Prestidigitation to have like the glimmer of stars like actually like glimmering off of my dress.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of a flash from the...
Oh, from the star.
From the star, the circlet. And a shower of sparks over the audience.
Ooh, okay. As you step across, this booming voice is going to kind of announce your presence. And finally, from distant lands far from here, there comes our fifth and final contestant, the fair Lady Bray, Valandon. As you kind of stride out, casting the spell, the sparkles kind of going down. As you kind of stride across, there are 5 thrones set up.
Oh.
The middle one is taken by Ornessa.
Fair.
The very end one, closest to like off stage, is taken by Phaelet.
Yeah.
Between Ornessa and Phaelet is the empty seat. As Irida would have taken the first one, and then Glimmer would have taken the first available one. So you're able to kind of walk across. As you're doing
I'm going to strut.
Yes, I need you to make me a flat charisma check for this.
Oh, you don't say. I would like to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Crit.
Okay.
Best use of inspiration ever. The first roll was a 7, listener. Do I add my charisma modifier?
You definitely don't need to, but what would
26.
it be? 26. As you are strutting across, anything in particular?
To
the crowd?
I want to do like a slow, dramatic, like let all of the sparkles shine, the moon shine, give like a twirl in the middle, like look over the shoulder,
Yes.
flip the hair, like we strutting.
Yes, wonderful. As you kind of like walk across the stage, you can't see much of the crowd. There is like a runway that goes out, but right now there's a little bit of like some like dust that's been laid out in front of it, almost to stop you from crossing just yet. Because right now it's just right over to the seats. As you walk across and take a seat, with your charisma check successful, during the walk-off, you have a reroll that you can use.
Ooh!
Because of your first impression here.
So I have one reroll.
You have one reroll.
Sweet.
Inversely...
I'm just going to mark it as an inspiration.
Yes.
Because that's...
Yeah. No, that's fair. And at this moment, I will also roll checks for the others. Ornessa does not have a reroll. Glimmer does have a reroll.
Ooh.
Irida does have a reroll. Sorry,
Fail it.
Fail it. I'm gonna say he has disadvantage on the first check that he
Nice.
makes. But yeah, we'll see if
I like how it's the one dude in the contest. That we
just
picked
gets
on.
up and vomits everywhere.
Yeah, I love it.
There's no sign of the vomit anywhere.
No.
But gauging the crowd reaction when he went up there,
Can I
you know
smell
that-
him? Like from where I'm sitting? Not
Yeah.
actually like physically lean over, but can I smell it on him?
Let me see. There is something that he may have on you here.
He may have on me?
He may have a certain little thing. Yes. You lean over and kind of like do.
I'm
do
just
a little
gonna
waft,
very
or-
subtly just no. I don't even want to waft. I just want to like from where I'm sitting.
Yes.
Just does anything smell off?
Like
I'm not making any move to like actually like physically smell him. Just like
yeah.
you know when someone barfs, they have that smell.
Yes. You kind of sit. You're sitting between Ornessa and Phalet here. Yeah, you get a little bit of that scent.
Mm-hmm.
It's faint. He does have spells that can kind of aid him a little bit in that regard.
Yeah.
But as soon as Ornessa knew that he had spells, she told him not to use them. So he gets like one or two off, and then it's no. His clothes, they're not damp, but like he looks like he's been sweating a little bit. So just sitting there, kind of like resting on his like hand on cheek kind of thing. Like looks at you. He's watched you come and like sit down.
I'm just gonna lean over as he like looks me in. Looking a little worse for wear there, Phelan.
Everything you do to me will just make it more humiliating when I still beat you.
I really don't know what you're talking about. I've been backstage this whole time.
You slipped something into my food, didn't you?
What food? I haven't seen you eating today. You were at the bar last
Yes,
night.
I haven't been eating
You had a
today.
little accident in the bar last night. But that's...
Kind of like dismissively, like, oh, I'm not dealing with you
It's
right
the last time I saw you.
now. Yes, the last time you saw me. I know there's something afoot here. Kind of like says that to no one in particular. As like, you just hear like a little like tickle from Ornessa. He got his whole hand down his throat just now.
Oh, he had to make himself barf.
Yeah. I can't like squeeze his belly or anything. It is...
Bray's gonna try and like stifle a laugh. Because that's hilarious. Just picturing him like pulling the trigger on stage.
Yep. As the crowd kind of like calms down a little bit. You've taken your seat. There's no one else coming over. As a man from offstage kind of walks across, done up in his like the low kind of like purple V-neck with the crazy collar.
Is this the Fey Lord?
Yes, he who sings of love. As he strides across the stage, kind of like hands out a addressing all of you with like a kind of a low bow, arms out wide, and then to the crowd as well. There are polite claps, a few scattered cheers.
I'm gonna try and catch his eye if he looks our way.
Yeah.
Try and like give him a little like smile and a wink.
Okay, yeah. You can make a check you can justify there.
Persuasion?
Okay.
Ooh, 18.
18. He kind of like puckers his lips at you in return. A little nod. But then turns to face the crowd. Sort of. As all of you can see, there are many wonderful contestants here today. They come from all corners of the world, and I hope each of you will join me in reveling at their magnificence. Each of them now will just filter off stage in a moment. They've prepared talents for us. They shall stride down this stage as you've come to expect of them. Reveal to us some beautiful aspect of their character. And then shall turn and disembark as all beautiful things do, for us to wonder at what we have seen. Sort of turns. On this night, I find that while I have the final say in all of these things, it's important to give the crowd a chance to determine how fate unfolds. Kind of like turns to the crowd. What say you? And the crowd kind of like cheers in response. As such, from the impressions made here tonight, you, the people, will be telling me the order that these fine women and Fela will walk across this stage.
Ooh.
Please be assured that we have mages, apprentices, standing at the edge of the stage to magic away any bodily fluids that should emerge. And he kind of like gives Fail like a hard look. And then turns. So all of you are safe.
As he's telling all of these things, I'll telepathy to Ornessa.
Yeah.
Why don't you find out what Fail's talent is? Can you do that?
You can see like the tail kind of like flicks. She kind of, oh yes. There's a little pause. She kind of like stares off for a little bit. He's gonna tell a story. He's gonna tell a lot of stories. I think he's got a drum with him he's gonna play.
Oh my. You should get him to punch his fist through that drum when he's performing.
Okay. Kind of like thinks for a sec. Yeah, I think we can do that. It's just like it's like a hide surface there. You want it right away? Or like, you can say when. I think we'll be able to watch.
Oh, I think we should watch, and I'll tell you when.
Oh, yes. As you all kind of like stand up to make your way off. Oh, also, Bray, Violet had a little knife. He was going to use it to cut your dress. But...
He should use it to cut his outfit.
Oh, yes. He's doing that now. You see him like kind of like he doesn't look like he's thinking about it. He's just like slicing out like the sleeves.
Yeah.
He's like slicing his glove like down one finger.
Get him to cut 2 holes out of the chest. Like grab it and just
little windows.
Little Alan Mean Girls.
Yeah. And she's sort of, all right, yes. I think he looks much better.
I'm the bad guy.
Maybe a little bit. As he continues to maim his little...
I think that's enough.
Little suit here. Okay, and he kind of like throws it over his shoulder, the knife.
Into the crowd?
Yeah, as he's walking off. Yeah, he's kind of like chucks it aside. You know, oh, and people like moving away a little bit. As you all kind of like filter off the stage here. little bit of time goes by as the Hugh Sings of Love speaks to the crowd. The position you're kind of set up in, you kind of like filter up onto one of these like the lowest tree branches. Seats have been set for you, a little guardrail, and you can see the crowd below. And you can see the Fey Lord. He's sitting at the very edge of the stage, kind of like one foot kind of dangling over, one knee up. Very casual. Every now and then he'll kind of extend his hand and like ruffle the hair of one of the peasants. And like, yes, and you think, how about Feolit? You're like, oh, boo. Like some people are just genuinely like laughing at this point. Like it's like he's here as like a joke. He's like, yes,
nice.
Well, I think that settles it then. I think we have our order. Yes, if we get out the first one, come down. As pum, up the steps here.
Who is the first one?
It's you.
It's me?
Yes. Going by crowd reactions, you rolled the highest. So you've left the greatest impression on them.
Do I get to change? Like, I have time to change and stuff?
You have... I'll say you have about a minute in terms of, like, they've established an order and now they expect you to go down and show off your talent.
That's very unwell thought through. So, by wording of disguise self...
Yes.
If you create a hat... Their hand will just pass, they can see it, but they'll just pass through it.
Yes.
So, I can make myself, clothing, blah, 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 all look different. I would like to use disguise self. And it lasts for an hour, not concentration. To change my hair into this, like, Grecian, like, kind of updo. Yeah. Have, like, a gold leaf band around my head. Gold bands around my wrist, ankles. I'll pop my shoes off as I'm going down the stairs.
Okay.
Like a toga, but not a toga. You know, like very stylized. Think like the little dancing people at the beginning of Hercules.
Okay,
yeah, like that kind of vibe. Almost like Melody vibes.
Who's that?
Who's that? But yeah, so like very Grecian, flowy.
Yes.
I'll also change my makeup to be a bit more golden and get rid of the sparkles and the black on my hands.
So you're going for like a whole different look there.
I'm also going to make my horns gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fully different look.
A whole different vibe. I like it.
Big kind of leafy earrings, like jewels.
Okay.
Once I am out on the stage...
Well, as you walk out onto the stage...
I'll walk out onto the stage.
Are you immune to the frightened condition?
I believe so. Give me a second.
Okay.
Condition immunities. Yes.
Okay. There's something imposing about walking out on this strip here. Almost magical.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, there's something intimidating about it. That may have affected you once, but your transformation has left you more than capable of shrugging it off.
Shrugging off the fear.
So you don't have to make the first thing here. However, as you cross the stage, I have 3 checks for you to make.
Beautiful.
The first will be acrobatics.
Lovely. I would like, before I even start my talent, just walking out.
Yes.
Can I cast guidance?
Yeah, you can cast guidance. You'd be aware that this is going to be a testing thing, so.
Ooh, 18 acrobatics. 19.
19, yeah. Elegantly.
Very
Very sauntering.
Very sauntering, like slower, like got the hips and the almost belly dancer-esque.
Okay.
Walking out.
Yes.
But not like shaky, just like the smooth rhythmic walk.
Totally. As you reach kind of the end of this, there comes the time as the way this kind of unfolds to perhaps strike a pose. Seems to be the tradition of how this kind of works, which I would call for the second check performance.
Beautiful. Guidance?
I would say no.
No. All right.
You're already across at that point.
Performance?
Yes.
23.
23.
Yeah.
Yes.
This dice is doing me good today.
Yeah, whatever pose or final impression from this walk you'd like to take.
I'll take a very like one leg bent, the other leg straight, turn my shoulders a bit, and have one hand down, kind of like elbow at hip length, holding my arm out as if I'm holding like a serving platter, but obviously not holding anything, and the other one kind of up in the air like a ta-da, but like up in the air, just gracefully.
Yes, the
pose.
The cheering as you walk across kind of like becomes like a hush as you strike this pose.
Nice.
As you can see, sitting amongst the crowd, he's got a little like seat kind of pulled out and set up. A little wine goblet in his hand, some like strange little meat cubes, like little appetizer he's having. He who sings of love sits and kind of
hit the pose. Yeah. Eyes locked.
Yeah. Sort of, my. And what is your talent, fair Bray?
I believe it is better shown than described.
Kind of like just gestures, hands out.
Beautiful. After that, I will cast... I gotta use my spell slots, I guess. I will cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
And make everyone immune.
For sure.
So I have little fiends kind of looking like my... I would like to be gold colored if possible.
Absolutely.
Dancing around. And if I can manipulate them a little bit, they're
fiends,
gonna
like imps? Or like
fiends
like...
Like the imps from Hercules.
Okay.
You know, like the little guys dancing around.
It's not a bunch of Ornessas.
No. I'm gonna prestidigitation, because that is not concentration.
Okay.
And I'm going to use it to play some music.
Okay.
A very melodic tune as I pull out my wine flask.
Yeah.
Well, not wine, it's water skin. Take a sip, kind of put it away. Then I'll take a sip, put it away, start the music, get them going, and with the music start dancing, do a little pose, like a fountain, and spit the water, and get the fiends to like do a little pose and spit the water, and I'll dance around as like a human fountain.
So
like
for this...
Strike a pose.
I'm not sure what check to use for this. I would probably say just like it would be a spellcasting check.
Okay.
So you're like a spell attack, so charisma plus proficiency.
No, hello.
You do have one reroll.
I know, but do I have to take the reroll?
No.
Oh, okay. I use it. Nice. So that's 16. Okay. 28.
28.
Yeah.
I will record that for your talent. However, you also have 3 successes.
Nice.
As the crowd goes nuts for this. They're like, what's this? She's a fountain now?
Wow.
As the Fey Lord kind of like watching all this. Kind of like eyebrows go up a little bit. Kind of like studying you a little bit. And then gives like a little like nod and says, "That was entertaining."
It's not a little roll.
You got a little roll.
Guidance?
The crowd seems to have found much favor with you.
Oh, thank you. At the end of the performance, I'll get all the guardians to drop a bow.
Yes.
As I bow.
As the spinning kind of slows down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as it fades out, and the music will fade off as an end to the performance.
As as you make your way back, kind of up to the like kind of branches up.
I'll drop disguise self on my way up, and put my shoes back on, and head back up in the blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoes are just kind of like on the steps as you head back up.
Yeah.
You kind of left them. So, as you head back up, I believe the next person in line here would have been Lady Irida.
Mm.
So she kind of like meets you. I watched you from afar.
Oh, what did you think?
I think you have a very interesting way of realizing your talent.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Kind of looks over her shoulder. Phaelit may have seen that as an insult, but I do mean it genuinely. I looks to her trident. Share some of that less conventional.
What are you going to be doing?
Suppose you'll have to watch and see.
Oh.
As she sort of makes her way down.
Oh, what are my...
She kind of like boldly walks across here. Maybe not so much. She has a reroll.
Oh!
It's a 3 into a 4. Okay. So as she walks across, you watch as she kind of strides out. Does not do anything very elaborate with her walk or pose. You'd think the pose would be what she nails because she's got the imposing trident and like, the look of this warrior. However, as she kind of like steps out with the trident, the crowd all goes silent. You can hear the sound of crashing waves.
Ooh.
As she begins to sing the poem of Illume, the first human. The poem of humanity's creation, of this figure from humanity's past who awoke before anyone else, named the plants and animals, whose dying cry was the sound that is in all music. For all music is inspired by something, and Illume comes from a time where there was nothing to be inspired by from human hands.
Very cool.
Thus, music all originates from this figure. However, she rolls a 4.
No.
With some modifiers.
She's a little pitchy.
It's a little screechy at some points. Some might say, maybe that makes it more natural. It's a little bit more true to form. This is the former champion. And this is not really a former champion's performance that you're watching.
Yeah.
So, as she finishes up, kind of turns, there's a little bit of a back and forth with the He Who Sings of Love. She gives like a bow, and then arches and chucks her trident into the air, where it like explodes.
Whoa.
In these like it's like rain that falls down gently. Tears the weeping city. This is some sort of performance of weeping that kind of like caps off her performance.
Cool.
As she turns, makes her way back up. And where she sits, she kind of, as like water forms this trident and it returns to her hand.
Now that is cool.
This was a gift from a great warrior I knew in my city.
Wow.
I did not do him honor tonight, but
That's okay.
kind of like sits and like ponders on
You
her
were a
performance.
little pitchy.
At that,
I'm trying to throw her off balance a little.
yeah. She kind of like, as next up is either Glimmer or Arnessa. I'll roll for them. Glimmer will be my red dice.
Is that a double crit?
It's a double crit.
Oh no, you wasted it.
Okay, yeah, we'll do another
It's got
one.
a higher modifier.
That's in third crit in a row.
Holy smokes,
that
you
would
just got an
be-
achievement.
Yeah, right? I hate that it's for this.
Couldn't do this on the last battle for the world below.
Right. No, as... I forget what dice I called out. I'm just going to say...
Red was Glimmer.
Red was Glimmer. Perfect. So Arnessa goes up. Because it's... This is my red, but slightly less red.
Yeah.
Ornessa kind of like stands. Kind of like,
Do you want a different costume?
no, it's fine.
Okay. Well, I guess I can't
this
cast
costume
disguise
will
stealth
do.
on you.
For what I've got planned. She kind of like
I'm
prances
so
down.
excited to see what she's got
She
planned.
won't actually prance down. She will kind of like raise a hand, and then she's just gone.
I love it.
She does not perform the walk-off in the sense that she, like, gets to the stage, walks across, strikes a pose. She appears in pose form.
Nice.
That's a bad roll.
Oh, that was a roll.
She doesn't have a reroll either. So then it just comes down to her talent.
It wasn't cocked?
No. Okay, so her talent goes a little better. It's a 19.
Nice.
She kind of like in and kind of like a little stumble on the pose there. You can hear this like really like low key kind of sultry music start picking up, and it becomes clear that she's yes, it's become clear she's charmed a member of the band. As she begins to unleash what I'm going to call a dance in the most like generous sense of the term.
Like burlesque.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is much less jewelry on her by the time the dance is done. It's okay. It wasn't hers to begin with.
Does she throw it off the stage to the people?
Yeah. A little favor and whatnot.
I love it.
As the crowd gets a little bit rabid, like kind of like caught up in this like almost like a trance.
Oh, interesting.
During your time in Barovia, you met Ornessa as just a regular succubus. But she made a pact while she was there. A pact with sort of the mother of her kind.
Yeah.
Whether that's had some sort of like group effect, where she can kind of like passively have an influence on people. It's not something you've seen before.
Yeah.
You know she can charm up to 3 people at a time. But people are sort of get caught up in this performance in a way that's almost feverish. While this is going on, it definitely goes on longer than your or Irida's performances. I'm seeing a face.
I just was looking at one of the gifts I got.
Oh.
I've been able to re-roll checks this whole time. Up to 3 times a day.
Oh, really? Oh.
Persuasion, intimidation, and deception. I gotta remember that.
Yeah.
I gotta put that somewhere I see it.
Yes. Well, performance continues for longer than some of the others, until eventually she kind of like stops. It's difficult to see He Who Sings of Love's reaction from here. If you'd like to try and like get a peek, you can. He's kind of in the midst of the crowd.
I absolutely want to try and get a peek.
Yeah, make me a perception check.
Guidance.
Okay.
Ooh. That was a 1. 7. Nah, it's an 8.
No, you can't.
I'm okay, that's the one that I...
Yes. You can't see his reaction, but you watch as Ornessa sort of like turns on her heel, tail kind of like flicks. She... And then a few seconds later, kind of like right next to you. Bray.
Yes.
He's so mysterious.
What did you think of your performance?
Well, he didn't really take to my attempts to get him.
Oh.
And I was really trying to get him. She sort of like lowers her, not lowers her voice, but it's like a whisper through telepathy. I don't know what it is. Can you charm a Fey Lord if you don't know his name?
I don't think you can charm a Fey Lord, period.
Oh. Well, that puts a damper on things. But I think the people liked me, though.
Ah, lovely.
Oh, yes. If I'm not around tonight, I don't want you to wait up for me or anything, okay?
I won't.
Okay. Kind of like takes a little peek. You can see her like counting. just figures in the crowd. It doesn't look like anyone in particular, but like she knows what she's doing.
Nice.
Anyway, Miria's not charmed anymore.
That's fine.
Yeah, I had to let her go. But Fail it is. He's probably gonna go up in a few. As she's saying this, Glimmer kind of stands and walks down.
Good luck.
Sort of turns and gives you a very like warm smile. So I thank you. I've prayed long about how this will go.
May your prayers be answered. I'll give her guidance.
Oh yes. She will walk down. Will ace the wisdom. Actually, she wouldn't have even added this. Because it's a save, not a thing. So her first check, she will add her guidance to, for a base of 19 on the acrobatics. She prances down.
Amazing.
And as she's prancing, you don't get sight of her when she's like heading down the steps, because she kind of goes away. But you only start to see her as she's walking across. Perhaps it's something with her heritage. She's not a normal satyr.
Ooh.
But as she's walking across, like kind of prancing, glimmering with light, as it were, as the light kind of dances off every crystal on her, you note that she has wings. They aren't very large. They're smaller than yours or Nessa's. But they are dove-like, and they come from her lower back rather than like upper.
Funky.
It's almost like something she's summoned. And judging by their size, it's not something that allows for prolonged flight. But she does kind of flap them a little bit as she walks, and she kind of glides across the ground in these prancing steps.
Oh, cool.
As she strikes her pose, she will succeed that as well, dropping into this low kind of curtsy before beginning her talent.
What's her talent?
She is going to do... It's tough that she's doing this following up Ornessa.
Oh, because she's going to do a dance.
It is sort of like a dance. She differentiates it because she's incorporating a whole bunch of magic into her performance.
Cool.
So it's a little bit similar to yours then. It is a dance. There is music that is played. Either she's spoken to someone on a band or has some bards in the crowd that are playing.
I should use
her.
Dragon's Breath to do that. That would have been cool.
But as she's doing this, you can see this like spectral magic kind of like wrapping around her. You can see images, like little illusions that cast around her of this satyr. Surely it must be her, but just at younger stages in her life. Prancing and falling and getting back up again. This is her life story encapsulated in this dance. Wow. And it all culminates. All these disparate figures leaping forwards towards something unseen, just off in like kind of the middle distance above where the Fey Lord sits. As she kind of reaches her hand out, her horn is going to ignite. This kind of like spectral rainbow beam kind of like curling around it in like the inside of the spiral, and it launches with a sound like a thunder kind of like rumble. Like boom, as this beam launches out, incorporating all the illusions and blasting through them, ascending past your own branch and through the leaves of the tree, out into the sky. You don't see exactly where it ends, but it's this like laser beam of just light.
Whoa.
As it dims, all the lights that were in the tree, these will-o-wisps you'd seen, have all gone dark. And it takes a few seconds for them to start to light up again. So the whole crowd is bathed in darkness for these like spare few seconds.
What do I see?
You can see Glimmer is holding this pose, panting slightly. I'm going to roll for her execution on this.
She already used her guidance.
Yes, but she has a reroll.
Yeah.
Base is 16. Yeah, she'll keep the 16. Which is a 16 plus a bunch of mods.
This, as it's dark, I'm assuming people are kind of quiet. I want to stand up and start clapping and cheering.
Yes. Ornessa sort of like follows your cue and starts clapping as well as the crowd starts to like erupt in applause.
Yeah.
As this is happening, she kind of stays on stage for a bit. You watch as it's like people are very into this. Probably more honestly into this than they were with Ornessa.
Yeah.
But like it's hard to differentiate because Ornessa kind of had them in a trance.
What about me?
And you, yes, you and Glimmer are probably the closest to right now.
Nice.
As she's sort of doing all this, again, it's hard to see the Fey Lord's reaction. But she will eventually kind of do another little curtsy humbly.
Can I try and see her reaction?
Yeah, another
again.
perception. And you can do this if you'd like.
Ooh. The the 6 and the 8 look very similar. 16, 17... 17.
17 sees it.
Nice.
You can watch as he like smiles at her very like
Earnestly?
encouragingly,
Oh.
and then like kind of like waves his hand, a little like twitch, kind of like a dismissive kind of.
Oh no!
All right, you're done now. As she kind of like does her humble little smile and curtsy and turns and kind of like heads back. She makes her way up the steps, kind of like faint smile, sort of. I think I did a good job.
Glimmer, that was amazing.
I thank you.
What was the rainbow thing?
Sort of, I'm a satyr, but I'm a bit of a rarity, you see.
Evidently. Don't most satyrs have 2 horns?
Yes, I was born like this. I don't know if it was a different kind of magic. I've always been able to produce an effect like that. I have to be careful, though. If I shot it into the crowd, there wouldn't be much of a crowd left. It's very it's very potent. Let's put it that way.
I need her on my team.
She sort of like smiles at like your enthusiasm, and we'll kind of like sit down humbly.
I hope my encouragement helped a little bit.
Oh, you cast a spell, yes. She kind of like lowers her voice. You didn't have to do that.
What? You wanted it so bad.
Kind of like she has like tears in her eyes. Like I don't want to feel like I'm hurting your chances.
Oh no! I would rather have a formidable opponent who does well than, and I'll like look over to Phalet. Just an opponent.
Phalet has not moved since he sat down, and you can see his eyes are like bloodshot because Ornessa has told him not to blink.
Oh no!
As someone kind of like puts a hand on his shoulder, kind of like, Phalet, it's time. He kind of like stands up. Okay, yes. He does not give eye contact to you. He doesn't even want to like, and you can see that there's like concern, like he's like panicked to be near you. Technically, he doesn't have any evidence that you've been messing with him. It's just that you spoke and then the fart thing happened. So it's kind of like he knows something's afoot. He doesn't even want to like, doesn't even acknowledge you as he kind of like hurriedly kind of speed walks past you.
Yeah.
Clothes just shredded. As he heads down, Ornessa sort of like leans in, like, Bray.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do to him?
I think get him to clear his throat, like if you can, like real, like.
Yeah, once he sits down. Or...
Yeah, and then let him play his story a little bit, and then maybe at a very not emotional, but very if there's any time that we feel is an inappropriate time, just get him to punch through that drum.
You just say the word and I'll get him.
I'll let you know.
As
Can I only talk to people, or can I also control? Is it talking to them that controls them?
I would say you
like
share the telepathic bond that Ornessa has, but you would probably need Ornessa as the conduit.
Okay, yeah.
But you can just think Ornessa now and then.
Yeah.
So he heads down out of sight. You can hear some like hesitant claps as he emerges.
Doesn't he have disadvantage on this?
On his check.
Oh, this is a saving throw.
However, if he fails the saving throw, he becomes frightened, which is then disadvantage on every check.
Oh no.
He is going to pass this check.
Oh.
As he kind of like strides down, disadvantage on his first check. It's an 18 and a 19. So he like kind of steps out, arms kind of like flick out. You notice he's not wearing his clothes anymore, which is a bad way to word that. He's wearing different clothes, like a burgundy black pinstripes almost.
Take your shirt off. I'm telling it to Ornessa.
Ornessa's like, okay.
Is he wearing the collar still?
No.
It's
almost like he's like enchanted himself to be a little different. As you watch, as Ornessa kind of like looks down at him, tail kind of does a little flick, and he kind of like rips, but nothing changes because this is an illusion that he's putting up.
Drop the illusion.
When it's the shredded again, and his shirt off again.
No.
Okay.
This is better.
The crowd kind of like is
as he
oohing and
poses.
ahhing. Yeah. As it falls away. He kind of like takes note and kind of like starts to kind of cover up a little bit as he kind of like sits down. I'm not sure what happened there. I think that was... Yeah, he did his walk, now his pose. He failed this pose. With disadvantage, yeah, he still fails this pose, because it's... Yeah, I was going to see if you could roll it.
Yeah.
But he's sort of like sitting there. There's a moment of pause. Kind of like reaches his hand out, and this bongo kind of materializes. He places it kind of like across his lap. What's that?
Get him to clear his throat, Ornessa.
All right, everyone. And you watch the first line of people take a big step back. As he's really like, he just keeps clearing the throat. Ornessa's like, how long do we want to go for?
Maybe like 2 more. If he can do a real good one.
It's like the crowd kind of like, ooh, and steps back.
The reek.
Yes. As he sort of, friends, I bring for you today a story. Just a boom, play the drum.
No spells, Ornessa.
What's that?
No spells, Ornessa.
I'll stop him from casting spells.
Oh yes, if you can.
You just faintly hear, hey, maybe you shouldn't cast any spells on this. I think it would be a better look for you. Here, look. As he's still playing the drum.
Is that what you were about to do?
So he's going to point to the 3 trophies over his head that he's brought to show the crowd.
Yeah.
All 3 of those would involve him casting a spell. So he points, and he'll just describe them, because he would be as part of his routine.
Yeah.
But my first gift, a dragon-bone spearhead from the city of Bredenroy. He kind of does a little flourish, and nothing happens, because he didn't cast a spell. My second, an amulet, given as a certificate of valor from the Grand Fortress of Calvalet, given to me by a spectre who lived there. And third, a bill of sale from a T-Rex carcass, which I slew in the far east, given to me by the fair Lady Aramy herself. And he starts to like elaborate on each one a little bit.
Lady Aramy?
Yes.
Make a note of that.
Of course, nothing appears above him, so he's bluffing this, or unable to show proof of it. As he shares the story of how he got this dragonbone spearhead, of meeting the Archon of Bredenroy and winning it in a grand duel, the amulet given to him by a spectre in this fortress far to the east, kind of like a frontier outpost that he went to and met this ghost in. And then finally, slaying this Tyrannosaurus Rex near the trading union and selling its carcass to the Silk Fleet, meeting the fair Lady Aramy and receiving this little bill of sale that he can't show anyone. And this bill of... he'll make a check. A strength check. So the problem is...
He's just gonna punch it, nothing's gonna happen.
It's very clear, because you don't punch it in order to make noise, right? You're tapping it. So he's doing the little taps and the taps, and then he just like winds up full fist and like slams the fist into it. His fist like bends and like bounces off, and like boom.
Keep going.
So again, as he punches again, and poof, off again. You rolled a 5.
Again. Again.
I shouldn't say on the 4th one. Well,
Again.
Single digits. The crowd's... That's a nat 1. As you hear like a crunch, and he kind of like shrieks. He is going to make a wisdom save, because it's possible the charm breaks here.
Oh yeah.
He has advantage because he is an elf. Roll on the open.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, I can't roll much better than that. 1918. As I check his wisdom in fear. Okay. We're good. If he had a negative wisdom, that'd be awkward, but he doesn't know.
Wait a minute.
As there's this like crunch as he like kind of like pulls his arm out and his wrist is kind of like flopped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like catches it in his hands as all semblance of the charm of the man in the tight pants who he's had on his mind for the past day vanish. It's all, you know, and Vanessa kind of like leans over and he goes, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He's going to think that, well, I did it. He's probably going to know that what the cause was.
He's within...
He's probably about like 90 to 100 feet away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As you see him down there, kind of like stop. Broken wrist. Intact bongo. No spells above him. Completely shredded clothes, reeking of vomit. He's going to make what I'm going to call a charisma saving throw. He actually has +0 to his charisma. If you can,
really?
If you can believe it. Yeah, he is an intelligence caster.
Oh, interesting.
He is going to quietly stand up, place the bongo under his arm, starts to like and then turns and just silently just walks off. As Ornessa sort of like, oh.
This should be interesting.
Yeah, I think, well, he's probably not going to win, but I kind of wish we got to keep him.
That's fair. I can try later.
Yeah, okay. That makes me feel a little better. As there's a bit of a commotion at what this means. He doesn't join you at all. He just heads down the spiraling steps back to his tent and then presumably into the night.
Mm-hmm.
As the four of you who remain are called down back to your thrones.
Nice.
As you're heading down, are you making any effort to go first, last, or in any particular order?
No, I'm assuming we'll just all stand up and go down in the order we're in.
So you all take the same seats, which just means you have an empty one on your right
That's
now.
Fine.
For what it's worth, the smell of vomit is far less than it was before.
I'll just prestidigitation it away.
Yes. She even makes the other people's performances better. As you're all sitting there, he who sings of love stands before you all, arms kind of folded. Says, "We have seen many wonders from each of you tonight, but one of you has failed to find any favor in my eyes." Kind of gestures to the empty seat. "We will speak no more of fail it. He will never set eyes on me again. He has failed. He will carry that failure with him for the rest of his life."
Or Nessa's sitting beside me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just left feed her.
Yeah.
He should be nicer to people then.
You feel like the little tail kind of brush against your hand. Sort of, yeah, right?
Awful little human. Not human. What was he even? Elf?
Elf, yeah.
Awful little elf.
Yeah.
In my mind, he's like, he's like a really buff gnome.
Nice.
Like, I just picture him as like 3 feet tall, full triangle, because he's so short. Like, he just looks like a triangle, like, huge chin.
He's probably closer to 5 feet, but you know, if that's the image you have
That's
of
the
him.
image I have.
Ornessa sort of, yeah, someone should eat him. What? As, telepathy, but the Fey Lord sort of, but I would like to get to know you all a little better before we make our final judgment. Beginning with you. Kind of gestures to Ornessa.
Oh.
Ornessa kind of like blushes a little bit. Who, me? I thought you all got to know me pretty well a minute ago. And the crowd kind of like, woo. But he sort of begins to kind of question Ornessa. Kind of like, where are you from? How long have you been participating in events like this? most of these are questions you already know the answer to. Ornessa was born, in air quotes, in Brenta many, many years ago. She won't say how many. But you would know from the way she answers and from a little bit of the nudge, she was not born anywhere on this plane.
Yeah.
She was, in fact, summoned here once. Summoned here a few times. It's just one of those times got out of hand.
Yeah.
And she was kind of freed herself. But she kind of talks about her experiences worshipping Lyra, goddess of peace.
Isn't she peace and love to the Torlians?
Yes. Maybe even just goddess of love would be the introduction there. And she talks a lot about Lyra. She does not mention you, because as far as she's concerned, that would mess with the competition a little bit. Talks about how wonderful Lyra is. She also doesn't mention Valencia because she doesn't want anyone to be terrified of what she's talking about. But she sort of explains her whole kind of like life story. After which point, he who sings of love moves to Lady Irida, who shares a much shorter story, being that she is a human. She shares tales of her time at sea, of loving the city of Tyr and wanting to be a symbol of beauty and all that that city represents. She talks about the statues she's had commissioned there, restoration of the old fountains, which have been symbols there for over 1,000 years. So most of her life story is just the city, and what it represents to her and how she wants to glorify it. It is then that the Fey Lord kind of goes over to Glimmer, pauses.
We've heard your story.
And then goes over to you. Sort of, some here have shared their stories enough times, I think. Turns, but you, the name Bray, it made me question, but now, a Bray of the Banner Valandon. Now I see where your companion was taking her story. Please, who are you?
I'll stand and I'll do a big curtsy.
Lots of applause.
As I walk up back in the blue.
Yes.
Garb. Well, as you might think, I had quite the childhood with a mother as a goddess and a father as a lord? Prince?
Yeah, he's I would say he's a prince.
Prince? Yeah. One might call me a princess, but I never felt I really fit that title.
Sort of gives you a quizzical look. What title did you fit?
I don't know yet. And I'll go into telling them about my upbringing on the Silk Fleet, going to different cities. Not necessarily the means through which getting to all of these cities.
Yes.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But visiting different cities and, their wares and learning about the histories and the stories of my mom and family. And I will abridge the story in Barovia.
Okay.
What
will you share?
I will share. We got. I know, it was its own plane, type thing.
Yes.
Well, we got stuck on this plane where we had to free it from the clutches of an evil undead being, vampire.
Hush, murmurings and fear.
We worked through the towns, helped those we could, and finally made our way to the Evil One's castle where, well, quite frankly, we were a little underwhelmed with how easy it was to free this plane from his clutches, and, well, and after that I decided It was time to free myself from the pressures of life in the fleet and see the world a bit more on my own. And here I am, in front of you wonderful, beautiful people. And I'll like gesture across the crowd.
Sort of like, not an aw, but like little claps
Yeah.
kind of go out. He sort of, that was incredible. You've had a very adventurous life.
Very much so.
So, I must ask.
I guess it's only like 25 years, because I'm not an elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's sort of
Like
like
24? What is that?
somewhere in there.
25.
Yeah. Sort of, then I must ask, for someone who has wandered and seen so many things, such as you, what is next?
That's a good question. I suppose, well, we'll see where this competition takes us, and well, the world is very big. Many people to meet, things to see, things to do. Who knows?
Sort of like looks at you for a minute. You've answered that not like a princess.
As
You've
I
answered
said.
that like a fae.
Oh.
Kind of like gives you like a bit of an intense look, and then like it softens as he turns back to the crowd.
Intense how?
Like pondering.
Pondering?
Yeah. Is this my winner for the year kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
But he turns around and like addresses the crowd.
I will like while he's talking about it, like
Yeah.
it's the meeting the stare type thing.
Yeah. As he like kind of gets the crowd riled up, and what do you think? And the crowd's all like cheering for each of these.
When I sit back down, I want to message over to Glimmer. It's like, Glimmer, it's Bray. I really wanted to hear your story, and I'm sorry you didn't get to, but I'd love to hear it later.
Are you attempting to disguise your voice?
No.
Okay, then that will reveal to her a lot of things all at once. She is 2 seats down, or she's 3 seats down from you, because I think she's opposite.
She's the front. No.
Not middle.
No. She's 2, because it's Ornessa, Glimmer.
Yeah.
Did I say Melody?
No.
I don't know. Ornessa, Glimmer,
Irida.
Yeah.
Then you can even see from here, like the posture change. She was tense before, but now it's like...
I'll like, if I catch her, I'll like...
She kind of like leans over and like...
lean and give her like a knowing smile.
You're the daughter of Lyra, truly.
Oh, she can go back.
Yeah. You're the daughter of Lyra, truly.
We shall talk later.
Have you...
I apologize for not answering your prayer, but I feel better things are to come for you, my dear. We'll talk after.
She gets kind of a sad, kind of downcast look in her eye.
Chin up.
Make a persuasion check.
23.
23. She kind of like, teary-eyed, kind of like puts her chin up and kind of sits back as a crowd response is gathered for each of your performances. Lady Irida has definitely the least enthusiastic response.
Very nice.
Following her, I say Irida the least because Phaelid is no longer a member of this competition.
Yeah. I got that from the...
Yeah. He is no
I feel
longer...
like we have an enemy now.
It's possible. As we move from Irida, the next sort of like ranking on there would be Ornessa's.
Oh.
The front of the crowd is in a frenzy. Like there's like blood gonna be spilled if she doesn't win kind of thing. But because of the size of the crowd and how far it goes back, she's not gonna win. She can only influence so many people, and the frenzy that she created was kind of just in her immediate vicinity at the edge of the stage.
Yeah.
Ornessa kind of like can hear the response and how it's like not as much as she'd like, and she's like, well, I tried. And then
You did really good.
you and Glimmer are very close here. So what I'll do is I'll get you and Glimmer both to make a contested just charisma check. This is just sort of to gauge the crowd reaction.
Yeah.
So just dice plus your charisma.
21.
You've tied. She only has a +4, but that's a 17.
I got a +6.
Yeah.
So, if tie goes to the modifier.
Ty is going to keep it going.
I love it.
So what we'll say is it's kind of anyone's game right now.
Ooh.
At least given the immediate crowd reaction to your performances.
Mm-hmm.
There are other factors I've got here as well.
Such as the...
Yes, you do have
Fate Lord.
more checks succeeded than her.
Nice.
There were some issues with her performance earlier with some of her roles. But ultimately, it comes down to he who sings of love to make this decision.
I'm nice.
As he kind of turns, says, every year I select.
I'll get the posture of like arms crossed, hand under the chin, and like eyes on him if and when his eyes make it over here.
Yes. Are you attempting any like charm effect or anything?
No.
Okay.
Just solely like a hope, not hopeful, but like
expecting.
Expectant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you're done, you're gonna crown me the winner.
Yeah.
As he sort of addresses the group, every year I'm to select a symbol of beauty, a symbol of all that is wonderful in this material plane. And every year I give a gift to reward what I find. This year I wish for something a little more open-ended. The prize this year is not so much a physical gift, though that can be asked. It is a favor for the winner of this. Need only ask one thing of me, anything. And if it is within my power, I will grant it.
Oh, nice.
Without hesitation. Would Ornessa and the Lady Irida please exit the stage? The crowd has spoken, as have I. You will not be moving forward. The crowd kind of gives one final cheer. You can hear like weeping in response to Ornessa leaving, because it's like, no! As Ornessa kind of like gives one last like little wink and blows a kiss out to the crowd.
Like hearts, sound prestidigitation, hearts to appear.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. There's like some screams from the front row as someone faints. She kind of like lingers, like the tail kind of wrapped around your hand for a little bit. Just kind of like glides out and says, well, I tried to beat you, Bray.
Good try.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
Oh, I hope there's a next time.
Maybe we'll do the pageant circuit.
She's sort of like, as she's leaving, one final thing, like, hey, so like, can I get that Fey Lord to maybe like join us on the ship when you win?
We'll see.
Okay. Ask something fun though. Don't just be like, I want gold. Cause that'd be anyway. I'm going. Which just leaves you and Glimmer here. To which the Fey Lord sort of turns. Well, there sit the two most wonderful creatures I have laid eyes on in this last year of waiting.
Can I like stand up and go sit in the chair beside Melody?
Yeah.
Not Melody, Glimmer.
Yeah.
And like grab her hand?
Yeah. Take her hand there. Kind of grab Squeeze's back.
Either way, it was a wonderful competition.
Gives you kind of a sad smile, like, yes, it always is. As he kind of continues his speech, kind of not really taking note that you've switched seats.
Yeah.
Here sits Glimmer, a figure who has nearly won my heart many times now. her day of victory surely been approaching for so long. And with her sits, gestures and, oh, she's moved, steps to the side, and Bray.
Oh, he was standing up with us?
Yeah. Who has come from far away with more wonder and starlight than I ever thought I would see here. But there can only be one winner. And so, after much thought, after many years leading up to this decision, I now pick... Wait, was it? So I now pick our winner for this year. The road has led here, and I'm sure it will continue winding in next year's ceremony. But please, gestures his hand out. With Bray, please join me.
I'll
Reaches his hand out.
kind of hand. Is it close enough that I can grab it to stand up?
Yes, you'll kind of step over.
Yeah, I'll grab it, stand up gracefully, and squeeze Melody's hand.
Melody's hand.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Glimmer's hand. Not yet.
Yeah.
Glimmer's hand. And give her an apologetic look back.
She won't meet your eyes. She's kind of dabbing her eyes.
And stand up and
he leads you down.
Pageant smile.
Yes. He leads you down once more down the runway here. People are all cheering.
Can I press digitation fireworks?
Yeah.
But like starlight looking white.
Yeah. As you're doing all that, crowd's kind of going nuts. A very large bouquet is levitated out of the crowd towards you here. All of them, these flowers, are pointed and star-like.
Ooh.
As though, almost as if they were grown for you specifically, but there must be some magic that has shaped them to be relevant to you. There's white and then there's the blue kind of mixed in.
Yeah.
But it's a big bouquet. Please, as one additional minor gift to me, or from me, for putting on this wonderful event, Bray will have free lodging wherever she goes within this city with a veil.
Ooh.
And at any of my estates, should she find them. But for that, I thank you all for coming all this way. I bid you all merriment. May you find beauty and wonder tonight and in all future nights until we meet again. Good night. And he bows. And for a split second, as he bows, he's going to teleport. If you're willing, you can go with him.
I will go with them.
And you're back in the main tent area.
Yeah.
As the crowd kind of you can hear them faintly, the cheer goes up a second after you've landed. Because they don't really know what happened for that moment, right? They're gone and, oh, okay. As he kind of, still holding your hand, sort of immediately goes and takes his seat in that throne where you first saw him. Sort of, snaps and these little torches kind of...
Well, that was fun.
You enjoyed yourself.
I did. I had quite a lovely time.
Yes.
Can you believe that failed it?
Sort of leans in. He came to me,
Did he?
before the events. Told me that you were trying to sabotage him.
He had it out for me from the get-go. I went to introduce myself, and he was just the most awful person to me.
Yes, it can be a very cutthroat practice. People have died in challenges like this. It's very... People enjoy vying for my affections.
Well, I thought it was quite fun.
I'm glad. But what I meant to say is that there is no rule against that cutthroat competition. I welcome it.
Good to know.
But as you go forth today, I will go as well. Back to my home, to the Feywild, the Fairwood, wherever I seek to wander until I return here. Tell me, what would you ask of this Fey Lord?
I have to ask now?
Would you prefer to wait?
That's quite a big... I could just ask for anything?
If it's within my power, I will grant it.
Well, what's within your power?
I should like to think anything, but...
Can you give me a 9th level spell slot?
I can't do mechanical things. I give gifts. I give information. I give access. I can fall under the general guise of mechanical.
So nothing like mechanical.
He can't like bestow powers.
Okay.
But he can give like material things. He can give permissions or higher standing in areas. Or if you have a question, he can answer it. Most questions. Now, if you need time to think on this, I can remain until midnight tonight.
Do you have to be in my presence in order... Do I have to be in your presence in order for you to grant it?
Yes, I would trust that you were going to ask tonight.
Oh.
But if you need a few hours to decide...
I do, if you don't mind.
Well, for the honor I have for your efforts here tonight.
I'll give him a little,
like
small bow.
Yes.
Like head nod.
Smiles and nods back. I have become quite enchanted with this performance of yours and your companions.
It was quite fun, wasn't it?
It was. I think...
Change of pace.
Kind of leans in. I should hope not. I would like to see you participate again.
Is it an annual thing?
Yes. If you're here next year, you'll find me.
I might just have to do that.
Sort of just a warm smile.
I had a question. When you said in the pageant I was telling my story and so that was very fey of me. What did you mean by that?
Sort of, well, you go where you please. A princess sits a throne. Rules things. Maybe that's in your future, I don't know. But
I can tell ya.
The way you wander, it's aimless, but there is a power about you. That is the way of a Fey Lord.
Can you make me a Fey Lord?
I know your name, and it is your true name. Fey Lord is not made. Some say we are dreamed into existence by desire or fear. But...
Can you give me some sort of diplomatic immunity in Fey-ish areas type thing?
I can...
Theoretically, I'm not asking for it.
I can give you the power to hide your name. But then others who know you might forget it. If you leave brave Alandon behind, you cease to be the princess completely.
No, I don't want that.
That would be the path of a Fey Lord, complete. But failing that, I enjoy these conversations. I rarely speak about my nature.
How long have you been?
How long have I been? Sort of thinks. Time is...
relevant.
boring to me. It's too consistent here. The elves, they can look into their pasts, of their ancestors' pasts. They have a catalog of all their years, and they can find when the first elf woke up and look back into his memories and see everything in between, if they're adept, so I'm told. That is not a Fey ability. It is something unique to the elves. I have no patience for such processes. I was around when the trees were small and red, when they grew like grass, when there was smell of sulfur in the air. Before man or elf or dwarf before even dragon, the Fae were some of the first to come to this place. The true Fae, the lords such as I. I am not powerful among my kin. Maybe that has something to do with age. And I can't say I remember a time before this. But I've been here since the world was young.
So you're like old.
Quite.
Don't look it.
Kind of shrugs.
Quite handsome, actually.
Oh, you think so?
Of course. Am I within like touching range?
Yeah.
I'll like touch his like antlers.
Yeah,
Is that a better? These are quite lovely. And like kind of like stroke down the antler.
Yeah. Make a sleight of hand check.
What's my plus? Sorry. 12.
There is a sparkle in his eye. But you are dealing with a man who ultimately is completely immune to any charms you might be able to put on, magical or otherwise. Perhaps it's something to do with his heritage as a Fae, the almost folklore surrounding his immunity to things. Your surrogate uncle, Welby Goodbarrow, may have told you about his encounter with a Fae Lord, the Frost Prince, in which this Fae Lord terrorized his village and no amount of spells could even target it. It is so divorced from the material.
Yeah.
If you were to hurl like a firebolt at this guy, it would probably just either pass through or just wouldn't take.
Dang.
Such is the power of a Fae who keeps its name hidden. But kind of touch the antler, kind of like catches your hand a little bit. Sort of, would you like antlers like this? I could bestow you with such a gift.
I quite like my little horns. Easily concealable for those who are faint of heart.
Kind of like Conx's head.
They're not quite common.
Well, not quite common is what we thrive on, isn't it? I could
It's
give
quite
you.
lovely being unique.
You should embrace those horns and what they represent. That is you, after all.
It is indeed.
But if you truly have no gift to name, perhaps take an hour. Join your companion.
Are you able to bestow items?
Yes, if I have one.
Do you have anything that would make me a little more charismatic?
I may. I have a very old tome. It could assist you, perhaps.
Would you allow me to think on it for an hour or two?
An hour or two, yes.
I'll be back.
I'm counting on it. If I'm not back, have one of my servants get me. I might wander a little bit tonight.
Oh, wonderful. Does sending work to you? I could,
Only if I allow it.
do you know who's sending? I can just...
You can send to me. Only tonight.
It'll be within the next hour or two.
Okay. Sort of people, especially winners of this competition, they tend to build obsessions.
Oh.
So I will accept in the next hour, but after that
Trust me. You're safe with me.
I trust you. Kind of stands up and you're going to head out?
Yeah, I'm gonna... Does Ornessa's run to... Is it anywhere? Like Ornessa and I can talk to her?
Yes, even on other planes.
Yeah. Hey, where are you?
I'm inside the tent. Where are you?
Oh, I'm inside the Face Lord's tent.
The curtain tears as this succubus is going to launch herself at you. Kind of like big hug,
Oh, hi.
Little like kisses on the cheek. Sort of, Bray.
Hi.
Bray. She's like, full
Are
like
you
ugly
okay?
cry. Like, you won.
I did.
Oh, you were so wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
I was, in the competition, kind of bitter, but I'm so happy. And
Thank you.
What did you get from him?
Well, we gotta go talk about it. Let's.
Okay. She kind of takes your hand and kind of like leads you out.
Before I leave the Fey Lord, can I just turn? Where would you say is the nicest inn in town? The nicest place to stay?
Thinks about it for a second. There is... What kind of company are you looking for tonight?
My own?
Well,
me and my companions.
She like looks at like Ornessa, who's like...
And one other.
Kind of like looks to Ornessa, who is like, any composure of like seductiveness is gone.
Yeah.
And she's just like planning like kisses on the cheek and like kind of like holding her. It's not a very big town. I would say a suite in the Cat and Fiddle, if you can find a large one. It is crowded.
It is. We tried there last night. They didn't really have much left.
Tell them you've won the competition and they'll let you in.
Wonderful.
Somewhere nice.
Thank you. I'll be seeing you soon.
I count on it.
And I'll go with Ornessa.
She's gonna like
and as we'll start, we won't go back to the Cat and Fiddle. Stay hang around. Maybe go up to like one of the upper branches of the tree.
Sure, yeah. You find that you can go really high.
I want to go really high.
Like right up to the top.
Yeah.
Okay, you're overlooking the city then.
Can I see my ship?
It's dark, so it's like kind of night out.
I can kind of see. I think it's 300 feet. That's probably not enough, but.
Not 300. That was
120.
Yeah.
It was Phelan.
Yeah.
It was 300.
Phelan. Phelan is the sorcerer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we have fun with names. So you can't see it anywhere.
That's fair.
Presumably it's out there.
Yeah. First things first, I would like to send to Igmarel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey girl, everything good at the ship?
That's it?
Yep.
Gray, yes. The ship is fine. How was the competition?
I'll send back. It was great. I won. I'm trying to think of a favor from a Fey Lord. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear.
Should make a check.
No suggestions.
There's a pause. Nothing comes to mind. Haven't killed a Fey Lord before. And that's it.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So we'll go up to the top, and then telepathically, I'll tell Ornessa what happened in the tent of like what I won, the free lodging, the favor, and just I don't know what to ask. I mean, there's not a lot that I don't have or can't get from Valencia.
So sort of like thinking about it, like, well...
He can't make me more powerful, per se. Like, he can't give me power in that sense.
Sort of, well, I don't really know what you want. You already have the prettiest dress, and the nicest friends, and the fastest, nicest looking airship. I mean, I know what I'd ask for.
What would you ask for?
Kind of like looks at you and kind of like, even in the dark, you're kind of like blushing a little.
Oh.
Like, well, I shouldn't say, but, you know, it rhymes with stay.
Okay.
Like puts a hand.
I understand. I just don't. I can't think of a rhyme with stay.
Bray.
Oh.
Well, anyway, Igmar would probably just want, like, dragons to kill. I usually just want, like, people who like me. Miria probably just wants, like, a bed to sleep in or something. I don't know. But, I don't know. He can't really make you, like, a more powerful Lich, right?
I don't think he knows I'm a Lich. Maybe he does if he knows stuff, but...
Oh, yeah. Maybe, I don't know. But, is there, like, a list of things that you want? Like, Moonmist is coming up. We gotta get you something for that.
We do. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna ask for.
What are you gonna ask?
He said he had a tome.
Uh-huh.
I want it.
Oh, that's easy then.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Instead of sending... Well, that was quick. I'll head down and go to the tent to see if he's still there.
He is not.
He is not there. Alright, I will use my sending then. To the Fey Lord. If you would allow, I am ready to make my request.
There's no response. The air gets kind of humid around you.
Ooh.
Some of the torches kind of dim a little bit as like water particles in the air begin to drift toward the center and sort of like form this
counterspell. Just kidding.
They form him sort of in the center of the room.
Could you imagine?
As he's sort of standing there, well,
if you have that tome, I think that is my request.
Make me an insight check.
Oh, that's not bad. I think it's a 16.
A 16?
Yeah.
As, make this request. He almost looks relieved at what you've asked. As he is going to kind of like shoulders relax a little bit. Of course.
You look relieved.
Think nothing of it.
Oh, I'm thinking much of it.
As his book appears in his hand. Does not respond to your thinking much of it. Twists the book around, places it gently in your hands.
Thank you.
Please enjoy it.
I think I will.
I'm sure it's a good read.
I hope so.
Yes.
And you said as part of the prize, lodging in Willowvale and in any of your lodgings?
Yes.
Should I find myself near there? Where are they, by chance?
Kind of shrugs. What is a map?
But a place that tells you where things are.
I've yet to see one of my estates on such a map.
Oh, interesting.
If you ever find yourself in the realm of the Fae, you might perhaps find one of my establishments. The creatures there are more wondrous than anything you'd encounter here.
I hope to encounter them one day.
Sort of smiles. Well, I'm glad we could make such a wonderful contract happen between the two of us here. You for your
thank
book.
you. Hopefully we'll see you next year.
Yes, the anticipation, the striving for beauty is what I look for.
Oh, amazing.
Kind of like turns, begins to walk toward like the spiral steps to go up onto the stage. I'm making my exit now, but if I've given my gift, the bargain is fulfilled. If you should require anything else of me, I will remain here until midnight tonight. I don't know what the future holds for you.
I just realized I could have helped Glimmer. Oh well.
But you interest me.
There's more than what meets the eye.
Sort of, kind of like pauses.
Are we
like,
outside the tent?
You're in the tent. There's
In
a
the tent.
staircase at the back.
Oh, okay.
Kind kind of like he pauses, like you can see him kind of grip the handrail.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to kind of like stop himself and ask. High roll is him powering through it. Make me a... do you want him to stay?
Yes, because I just want the power in this interaction.
Persuasion check. Or intimidation.
I'm going to use one of my rerolls.
Okay.
For today. Alright, that's 22.
22. Kind of like stops. Like 1 foot on the step. Kind of like saunters back.
But that's a story for another time. Thank you for the tome. And I'll
like,
turn.
Face drops.
I'll turn and walk out.
Starts to like gesture for his throne to like get you to sit.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm not turning around.
He's gonna like kind of like hurry after you up to like the edge of the tent.
Yeah.
So, if you would stay, I could. The Fae, they're very confusing. I could enlighten you on. You've won my heart this evening.
Oh, thank you.
What? How could I convince you to stay? Sort of.
I have a soft spot in my heart for melody. Not melody. Sorry. For Glimmer. Is there anything we could do for her as a consolation?
If you agree to stay, we can talk about Glimmer.
Where's the wine?
Sort of grabs like your hand in both hands and like leads you over. He has you sit in his throne.
Oh.
He like pours like 2 goblets of wine and like hands one to you. And he always
Raise
kind of
a
sit
glass,
like not cross-legged, but like knees up.
I want to take the most relaxed but powerful, like I am in control of this situation pose that I can like muster.
Sure. Whatever that looks like.
Like just like kind of like, you know, like leaned back, reclined on the throne.
Yes.
Leg crossed over, just calm, cool, collected.
Yes.
Yeah.
He kind of like he's sitting as well, but he's like a few steps beneath you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like swirls the wine goblet and sips. The matter of Glimmer.
Yes. She's tried so hard, and she is very beautiful.
Kind of like knocks the wine back. She is very beautiful.
I saw that dismissal after her performance.
Well, you're curious about that.
I am.
The truth is, she tries harder than anyone.
I saw that in her outfit and her performance. Of course I wanted to win, and I'm very grateful for winning, but...
You see, that's the fun of it. Watching Glimmer try. Why do you think I put all the effort into this?
Just for her, or for watching people try in general?
Watching someone try and fail and try again. It brings me joy. As I've told you, the pursuit of beauty.
Of course.
It's not something she'll ever find. I placed a charm on her a long time ago.
Did you?
Yes.
For
She's
what?
entertained me.
A charm for what?
She will always want for beauty. And the result tonight is her fate. You could have tripped over that stage. Failed could have taken something from you in return. And someone else would have won. But it would not have been Glimmer.
Oh, my heart just kind of breaks at that. Seeing kind of the juxtaposition of like his like kind, like air quotes, like kindness and like care and like everything for me, and just like the Fae twistedness, I guess, come out.
Yeah.
Because aren't Fae lords and like tricky like the Feywild? Yeah. Kind of just shifts a little perspective in my eyes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Kind of like drains the rest of the wine, kind of fills up another goblet there. But such as it is, I don't think I'll be parting with Glimmer anytime soon. She's too much fun, you see. She sold her life for this competition. And she'll sell it a few more times before it's done. But...
Why her?
Kind of shrugs. She was enamored with the contest many years ago. But... I saw the way she looked at her competition. She doesn't do it now as much. But there's a bitterness there. A hate. She is jealous like nothing else. I wanted to stoke that. In her competition. There is no one who is more cutthroat than she in those days. Now she's gone soft, almost given up. But people like you make her feel like she has hope.
And what would it take for you to find someone else?
Kind of gives you like a weird look, like find someone else.
To charm.
And the longer this goes on, the more fun it is. She hasn't... Well, she'll never believe she's cursed.
And if someone were to tell her?
Kind of shrugs. I don't think that would keep her away. That fiend who travels with you.
Or Nessa.
Wonderful.
She is quite lovely.
Produces one of her gloves. Kind of like the elbow length
Yeah.
that she like threw at the crowd.
Oh. She
Wonderful.
is quite enchanted with you, I'll say that.
Yes. She would make a fitting Glimmer. But she is yours.
She is mine.
In the same way that Glimmer is mine.
I would like Glimmer to be mine. Is there any arrangement we could come to?
Kind of like looks at the tome you have.
I'll give it back.
You'll give it back. Glimmer is within my power to release. But don't you think she'll come back here on her own?
If it's of her own will, I think I could offer her more than this pageant.
Sort of. That's very ambitious of you. Naive, even. There was a contestant named Zald. A goblin.
The one that died?
Is that what they've told you?
I don't know, his just things that...
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
He was enamored in much the same way that Glimmer was. Obsessed with my beauty and my power. As many are. He followed me into the woods and was taken by the Fae. Glimmer doesn't need to be enchanted to try and fail. I make sure it happens. You want her instead of the book? If you make that decision...
She's able to come and go and do what she pleases. She just always comes back for the competition, correct?
Sort of leans in.
Or she's stuck, bound to you.
You ask her about the ring on her finger, and you tell me what she does when this competition's not happening. I don't even think she remembers who it belongs to. That's the true nature of places like this.
And that's your doing?
He kind of shrugs. It's the doing of fate. The gems she wears aren't cheap. I think at one point she may have called herself a noble. Some fake court somewhere. But all that's been sold. Whatever name she was a part of, it's dust now for all I care. You can have her. I won't bind her to you. But watch. You take your eyes off her and she'll be back here in a year. Any money she earns, spent on the pursuit of this. Kind of smiles. And I hope to see you with her.
I will. I will give the tome back. I'll kind of hand it down to him, kind of just out of reach, so he has to reach for it.
Lean for it. Yeah, he kind of grabs it.
Release her.
That's your gift.
That is my ask.
And nothing else. And claps his hands.
Mm-hmm.
There is no curse upon the satyr glimmer. And stands. And that is all you will hear from me. Kind of turns, walks out.
Nice. I'll get up and go to Glimmer's tent.
You walk your way all the way up to the top.
Yeah.
Where this pool is. And you can see Glimmer kind of like, once again, in the pool. Kind of washing out her hair.
Oh, I'm still in my big fancy dress, aren't I?
Yeah.
Glimmer,
Kind of turns. Pray,
may I?
may you what?
Sit?
Yes, of course.
Maybe just... Can I... I'll be right back. I gotta go change first. I didn't really think this through.
Oh, okay.
It's not that this dress isn't comfortable. It's just... It's not practical. I'll
Nice.
run back to my tent quickly and get
The
changed.
main tent, and then you, yeah.
Yeah, I grab my... pack this away into my stuff, put on my common clothes... Not
Yes.
common clothes, but...
The red and the black.
My normal clothes.
Yeah.
Grab all my stuff
Yes.
and then back up
Back up to the top.
to Glimmer.
Where she's sort of like, oh, you're back.
Oh, sorry, that's I no makeup change or anything. I'll prestidigitation the glitter off.
Yeah. You did it quick. By the time you're back up, she's got like a towel wrapped around her. She's just kind of like sitting there with like a little cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
In her little tent with this little like stool pulled up.
Yeah.
Please, would you join me?
Oh, of course.
How are you? You had an audience
I did.
with You Must Sing of Love, or
You must not be named. I did, and it was quite enlightening, Glimmer.
oh,
Did you... How much do you know of Fae?
oh, I grew up in the Fairwood. There were Fae in stories and Fae
I guess
creatures.
you're
that would-
technically Fae.
I am, yes.
And their heartless nature, the Fae Lords. At least this one.
As you say this,
Mm-hmm.
the charm that is on her
Mm-hmm.
cracks at different points. She hasn't really changed in character since you've come up here.
Yeah.
But upon saying that, there's kind of a moment of like realization almost in the back of her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of,
Is it the same as when you know a charm effect is wearing off? Like you know you've been charmed type thing?
Kinda, yeah. Though it's maybe not as conscious right now. She's just kind of
Yeah.
like, yes, Fae Lords are heartless.
Mm-hmm.
Something that had not occurred to her before.
Yeah.
Yes, they...
How much did your performance cost you today? How much of all your performances cost you? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know, it's... so much.
When was the last time you thought of something other than this pageant?
Like, realization keeps dawning. She kind of like, hand goes to the little like wooden ring.
Who's that from?
My husband.
What was his name? Guidance.
Name generators, what?
What? Plot twist. Xenon!
That would be... His name was Onvir.
Onvir.
I haven't seen him. Is he alive?
I have no idea.
He's got the panic kind of dawning.
Should we find out? Do you know where where you lived before this? Where you live when this is over?
Another check.
Guidance.
Da. At the moment, she has no memory of this.
Fair. You see, in my audience with this Fey Lord, it's quite enlightening. And I said, as we were sitting in those thrones, that you were meant for more than this pageant. I could give you more than the Fey Lord could.
Why? All I've done is lose these past 7 years.
Is it 7? I thought it was 4.
This is your 7th year.
I see something in you that I don't see in many. But here's the thing. Freedom is the most important thing in life. Freedom to do as you please, get as you please, love who you please, hate who you please, do what you want. And that freedom was taken from you, Glimmer, by this Fey Lord 7 years ago.
See, like the tears kind of brimming in her eyes.
He saw your ambition. He saw your jealousy. And he weaponized it against you. Charmed you to keep coming, spend your fortunes, year after year, because it pleased him. Your pain and suffering pleased him.
And you know all this.
I can be quite persuasive, he told me. I used my favor to break the charm he had on you.
At this point, like full tears coming down. Like, why? Why would you do that?
Like I said, Glimmer, I see something in you.
Me?
I wanted to help you. I still want to help you. Whatever that may entail. Like I said, I would love to hear your story that you never got to share.
I prayed to you.
You did. I heard you.
And you freed me.
I apologize I didn't answer your direct prayer to win this, but I think I gave you something much more valuable.
Bray, where do I go from here?
Well, you can go anywhere, but I do have a crew on my ship. You are more than welcome to come with us. We can find where you're from, bring you back there if that's what you choose. It's myself, Ornessa, Igmarel, and Miria. And Miria. The 4 of us. We're living on this ship for the time being. Our home base is technically the Silk Fleet, but I'm not sure when we'll be going back. But if you would like, you have a spot with us. I think you'll fit in quite nicely, and I'll tap my horns, among other things.
Tap the wings.
I don't have my wings out.
Oh, neither does she. Sort of, I would like that very much. Part of me wants to kill that Fey Lord for what he did to me.
One day, my dear.
I don't know if it's possible with figures like that.
Maybe we can find a way.
Maybe. Yes. Sort of kind of stands up. I may join you on your ship.
I would be honored if you.
Her.
There's not necessarily rooms on the ship.
Oh.
There are beds.
Okay, that's.
I don't think there's no extra rooms, right? No. But
Igmarel has her own room, but there are bunks in it, or room for other people. So she'd essentially be bunking with Igmarel.
Yeah. Okay.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine.
There are beds to stay
Okay.
in. We're working on upgrading the interior. I have to go to the Silk Fleet for that to happen, so...
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I kind of looks at her really meager tent.
Is this where you've been living, or just for the competition?
Just for the competition. I usually just sleep under the stars in the summer. But they put up the tents if you come in advance, and I usually come a few months in advance.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
under the stars, you can if you choose, but there is a bunk for you.
I would love that.
Maybe we can work on getting your memory back and finding Ormir.
Onvir?
Onvir. And work on finding Onvir.
Yes. Yes, I hope so. Kind of starts kind of packing up. She doesn't have a lot of belongings. Most of it is jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looks like, if we're being honest, she probably sells whatever dress she lost in and uses the money to buy the next one.
Yeah.
So she sort of just has the clothes on her back and then whatever little belongings she can kind of pull together over her shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Her outfit must be worth a fortune, literally.
Yeah. You make me an investigation check.
Oh, I'm proficient. 25, that was a crit.
Wow. Then this has special relevance to you, Caitlin. As you would recognize her dress as a
Madame Valindra
make. Yeah.
Oh!
Which means she bought it from the best of the best.
Yeah,
so to speak.
a pretty penny.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But as she's sort of getting all her stuff together, she leaves the tent behind. Sort of, are we going to the ship now?
Would you like to go now?
Wherever you would like to go.
Let's go find my crewmates.
Yes, of course.
And I'll say go to but to Arnessa.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're out having fun.
There's no immediate response. Some time goes by. Hey, yeah, just having a great time, Ray. Do you want to meet up?
Glimmer's gonna come back with us.
Oh.
But you do what you please. If you find... It's Caitlin debating the move.
Okay.
With Fairlit.
I'll leave it up to you.
You have fun tonight.
Oh.
Maybe if you see some sore losers. I guess you can't really do anything today, but enjoy yourself. I believe we'll be heading to the ship for the evening. You're welcome. We'll be leaving in the morning.
Okay.
So you're welcome to do as you please.
Oh, yes.
And then meet us at the ship.
Okay. I'll be back in the early hours of the morning, I think.
Sounds great.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Enjoy yourself.
As you can kind of hear the connection cuts.
Mm-hmm.
With that, you know where Nessa is more or less.
I'm gonna send to Miria.
Yeah.
Hey Miria, where are you? We just wrapped up at the pageant.
It's strange hearing telepathy because it's almost like robotic, the responses sometimes. Because you're just thinking the words back.
Yeah.
Somehow, against all odds, Miria is thinking the words back slurred. Oh, Bray.
Oh my gosh.
Hi. I'm good, cat and fiddle. Sleeping. Where are you?
I'm just gonna leave it at that and we'll head to cat and fiddle.
Sure. You kind of through as it's bustling. People are being evicted from one room or moved to another as you can assume they're making room for you in one of the nicer suites. As things are being moved around, one of the barkeep is just sort of Feylord could have given me some notice that he was giving that away, but alright. As you see passed out on the bar, her uniform all untucked, horns back, hair kind of like a bit of a mess. Passed out on the bar, a little drool puddle.
Oh my gosh.
Is Miria.
I'll go over.
Yeah.
Give her a little shake. Miria.
Her hand kind of like goes to the blade, like
I'll
touches the rapier.
I'll like before her hand gets there, I'll just grab her wrist and pull it away.
Sort of, I'm so sweet.
You're not in the fleet anymore. You're with me.
Sort of like, opens her eyes up. Oh, right. Kind of like stands up and kind of like salutes.
Oh, you know, you don't have to be so formal with me.
Immediately shoulders like slouch and she kind of like leans against the bar thing. Like, hi, yeah, how can...
Are you having fun?
Yeah, it's relaxing.
Oh, you did hard work on the way here. You stayed up long hours.
What's your AC?
My AC?
Yeah.
21.
As a bottle breaks over the top of the bar here. As up
Fail
above
it.
you on the balcony up top.
Yeah.
Just sort of like an interior set of windows from like the rooms that look down on the main area. You see Feolit, like bloodshot eyes in his torn up, windowed suit here. Like just kind of like slam the window shut and like pull the little blinders down. And that's all.
Oh, he threw a bottle and then...
Yeah, kind of from the top window and then slams it.
Well, I'll be dealing with that later. First things first.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll like gesture to the bartender guy.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you're getting a nicer room ready for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll be doing that. Kind of like...
When will it be ready?
It's ready now. He like hands the key over. It's room number 1.
Nice.
Sort of 3rd floor. The only room.
A penthouse. I'll telepathy to Ornessa.
Mm-hmm.
Change of plans. We have the top floor of the Cat and Fiddle to stay in tonight. So that's where we'll be staying.
Very tired.
You don't need to respond.
Wow. Okay. That sounds great.
Also, we will be dealing with Feolit later this evening. I don't know what your plans were, but maybe finish up what you're doing and make your way to the Cat and Fiddle, please. And thank you. Take your time, though. And I'll start. Yeah. Glimmer change of plans.
Yes.
Seeing as we have this lovely room that this wonderful innkeeper has been working to clear for us.
He's already moving on to like yell at somebody. Like, get all that stuff out of there. We're moving. Room 1's taken. They're going into your room. You're going down there. Like shuffling people around.
We'll be staying here for the night and heading back in the morning.
That'd be wonderful. I've heard such good things about Cat and Fiddles and...
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yes.
Shall we?
Oh, please.
And I'll...
do you want me to keep this one at hand?
Miri, do you want to stay down here? Do you want to come up to our room?
Sure, there's bed.
If you grab one side, so we'll each grab a side for her.
You like... She stands up and immediately kind of...
No.
There is a release of bubbly
vomit.
I try to be as verbose as possible.
She chuns all over the floor.
I do be chunning. As in her
really?
mithril horseshoes, poor Glimmer is like trying to step away.
I'll
but,
like
still hold
press
her
the
up.
digitation and just clean it all up. Yeah.
All right, let's go up here.
Let's get you home. And I'll just before we tavern keep. Can we have some water, please? Is there water up there? Maybe a mini bar.
You'll see it when it's up there.
Okay. And I'll head up to room 1.
Yeah. You head up set of stairs to the 2nd floor, which is where Feolit and like the rest of the seats
That's where we were staying.
You were staying, I believe, underneath because it was in his
Oh,
his own
okay.
private room. But then there's a spiral staircase up.
Nice.
That just leads to a single door marked 1.
I'll enter the door.
Entering in, it's a bit of a paradox because it's like the roof is like slanted here on the edges, which gives kind of like the attic kind of vibe, but it is incredibly well furnished.
Nice.
There's a little like rug laid out, 2 very large beds, kind of like next to each other with a little like walkway in the middle. There is a mini bar.
Water?
Which is just sort of, it's like a cabinet. Okay. There's little flowers done up. There is a large pitcher of like frosted water.
Sweet.
Several glasses of different kinds. Many different bottles of alcohol.
Let's put her on this bed here. Like the one closest to the bathroom.
Sure, yeah.
Whichever one's closer to the bathroom.
Kind of like, Glimmer kind of like leans her down. She's like, hey,
is there a bucket in the room?
Yeah, there is a washing basin.
Cool. I will take.
So there's lots of different like pails and stuff.
I'll take one pail, and I'll grab a glass of water.
Yeah.
And I'll drop a couple drops on her head to like wake her up.
Ugh.
Drink this, and I like hold it for her.
And like.
All of it.
Knocks it back.
There's a bucket here. If you puke anywhere but the bucket, you will be cleaning it all up tomorrow.
Yes, lady.
Bucket. Bucket.
She gets the message. As that's happening.
Is there like a seating area in here as well?
There's a seating area. There are 2 separate offshoot rooms. One which is clearly like a chamber pot kind of deal, and the other one which just says baths. So more of like a
bath.
Probably a more substantial setup than any of the other rooms have.
Cool.
But otherwise it's just like the bar, little like seating cushioned couches and whatnot.
Lovely.
This is the executive
sweet
lounge kind of, yeah.
Sweet. Glimmer, you can have that bed. And I'll like gesture to the other bed.
Sort of like,
please, I have quite the setup in my cabin on the ship. I can take a night on the couch.
Oh, I thank you.
Of course. Just a taste of some of the things I can hopefully offer.
Sort of like, looks, this is... Well,
it's alright. Enjoy.
She kind of like hesitantly kind of goes over to the little bar.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like...
Help yourself. Take a bath. Take a load off.
Bath. In warm water?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been in there yet, but it says baths. I would assume, based on the opulence of this suite.
She has like the humble little like, what drink am I gonna take? Like looks at like the water. No. Kind of like.
Can I like look kind of over her shoulder?
Yeah. She like hesitantly grabs for a bottle and she pulls it out and it's like the hardest whiskey. Kind of like looks at it like, is this good?
Have I had it before?
Maybe not that specific like make, but like it's.
Do you like liquor?
Like wine?
No, like liquor.
Like
hard alcohol.
Like licorice wine?
Have you had anything other than wine?
Mead?
I'll like grab it out of her hand and put it back. What are the things that are kind of offered here?
Most of it's like wines.
Yeah.
They're probably just like a lot of different kinds. There is like a little pot set up for like mulling wine. If you're gonna put like little cloves are set aside and all that. Little honey and whatnot. Besides that.
So well, you're more than welcome to try that, but it kind of burns going down.
Oh.
I'll take it and I'll pour 2 little shot glasses of it, I guess.
Kind of like looks at it like it's such a lovely color.
Just take a sip.
Oh,
I'll give her one and.
Oh, I like this.
Well, then here you go.
Oh, it tastes like fire.
Don't. You can drink as much as you want, but you need a lot less of this than you do of ale or wine to get like that. And I'll point to Miria.
Miria does not respond.
Yeah.
She's sort of, I'm going to take this and I'm going to be in the bath.
Enjoy.
Kind of like clop, 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 clop around. As you hear like water running, which is strange for you because it's like top floor of a building here, so it must be some sort of magic that enables it. Which I say that, and then it's actually not weird at all for you because you live on an airship. So all water does weird magic stuff when it happens. You faintly hear like a little yelp, like, Bray! The water is hot.
Amazing.
And the door closes and you hear like she goes and will lounge.
Nice.
Shortly thereafter, there is a little like knock on the door.
I'll like open it.
Like opens up. Ornessa's there like, hey.
Hey.
Well, I wasn't sure if we were having visitors up here. Whoa.
Mary is a little... I'll like make like a... like drunk.
Oh. I did tell her to have fun at the Cat and Fiddle. But I haven't charmed her for a little while, so that's not all me.
Oh my. Well, I hope she had fun. She did puke a lot. But I was going to say a little. It was a lot. But she's sleeping now.
Oh, okay.
And I'll go telepathically. Glimmer's in the bath.
Mm-hmm.
We should wait until she's asleep and then go deal with Violet. He threw a bottle at me.
She kind of like kicks the door shut behind her. She probably looks a little disheveled right now. Sort of like, oh, okay. Yeah. What are we thinking of? What's the play?
Well, I think... One moment. I think because you can't charm him, but I can.
Yeah.
So I feel like, we can try that. And if that fails, maybe perhaps he'd like to see an airship.
Oh. Well, right, like, just so I'm aware, like, I know, kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
you're fairly... I know we don't want people to wrong you, but you've been, like, pretty good about things like this. Are we, like, taking some of his money, or, like...
No, I think...
embarrass him a little bit more?
I think we'll have a conversation with him and see where that
Okay.
goes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to get changed. I mean, I really like looking like this. I don't know if I'm gonna go back for super long looking like anything else, but I'm gonna get a little bit more casual because it's nighttime. I don't want to catch my dress on anything when I'm flying around.
Fair.
She just immediately disrobes
Oh.
and just starts like just putting on. Go on.
Violet is just downstairs in his room.
Oh.
So maybe game plan is you can go all invisible, or maybe on the ethereal, hang out with me, and then I'll give him a little on the old door, more like a bang bang bang.
Yeah.
And we'll just have a chat.
Okay. Would you like me to appear like this, or do we want to go Ornest again?
Ornest.
Yeah, top off and then
Oh yeah.
like rippled out.
Yeah.
Sort of, alright.
Nice.
We'll pay him a visit.
Maybe we'll go now.
Now?
Yeah, now's as good a time as any. I'll like go and knock on the bathroom door. Glimmer.
Yeah.
Oh, Ornessa and I are just gonna go hang out for a bit. Don't wait up. Enjoy yourself. Go to bed.
Okay.
Or not. Totally up to you. Just
Bray.
don't fall asleep in the bath.
Kind of like the little... kind of like door opens just a crack.
Yeah.
Bray,
Yeah.
am I dreaming?
You're not dreaming, my dear.
Like, puts a little hand down.
Welcome to the crew of the opulence.
Bray, you're the daughter of a goddess, yes?
Yes,
That's true?
that is true.
Do you... I know you heard my prayer.
I did.
Is there... are you the goddess of something? Should I...
I'm not.
You don't accept, like, offerings?
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but from you, I don't need anything.
A little tear burning.
Not yet.
Sort of, I hope I can be a loyal friend to you.
I hope so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Close the door.
And I'll, like, look to Ornessa.
Mm-hmm.
Give her, like, a nod.
Ornest, who, like, nods back.
Ornest, I'm going to disguise self
Mm-hmm.
and also look like Ornest.
Oh my.
Yeah.
He kind of, like, bites his lip at you. Oh my.
And then head down to his room.
Sure.
Is there, like, a peephole or anything? 'Cause you said he closed the window and the
yeah.
shutters and closed that all up.
Yeah, so it's like an interior room.
Yeah.
So the window just overlooks the lobby down below.
Yeah.
Or, like, the bar.
Uh-huh.
It's a pretty humble wooden door. There's no peephole or anything. A little bit of light coming through the crack.
Yeah.
Ornest kind of leans up against the wall. Would you like me to go?
Go ethereal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll give a little.
So, just footsteps gonna come over.
I would barge in.
And Phaolid is there.
Mm-hmm.
He's changed into, like, just brown, like, loose kind of woolen clothing, very baggy. He's, like, sweating. He's got, like, a bottle in his hand, another empty bottle on the table behind him. He's looking at you with, like, fear because he recognizes that face.
I'm gonna close the door behind me
Yeah.
and lock it.
What are you doing? What are you doing here? I saw you.
I just thought we could have a little
Make a deception check.
In my best male impersonation voice. Ooh, 19 base. Deception. 29.
You're up against a 17. He rolled well too. So, what do you want? I couldn't get you out of my head these last few hours.
Oh, in a good way, I hope.
He's like, eyeing things he shouldn't. Sort of like, what do you want to chat about?
Your
You're not
performance in the pageant.
never coming to this town again.
You followed my orders.
Is that what they were?
Oh, they were. You did well.
Is this some fey trick?
Do I look fey?
You do have the pointy ears.
I guess I do look fey. There's a little fey in me.
Listen, just because I succumbed to your masculine wiles doesn't mean I'm going to do it again. So, please, why have you come to humiliate me?
I have not come to humiliate you.
You told me to stick my hand down my throat until I vomited.
Oh, just a little fun.
You're like, squints at you. Listen, if you could go and do that to one of the other contestants, anyone other than me next time, that would be wonderful.
Did you like my antics at the bar, too?
Sort of like recognition, kind of. It was you the whole time?
It was me the whole time. Did you enjoy it?
Not remotely.
Oh, well. You are meant for more than mere pageants, young one. Your looks could serve nobler houses than this.
Sort of. That's rich coming from you. Your antics cost me that competition.
My antics had a purpose.
What was that?
Should you find yourself in... What's a small... smallest, like, known town that, like, has, like, a noble family that Bray would know of?
Ooh.
Or I guess, like, maybe far away?
Wellington is like a very small town.
Wellington's
It's like a ruined castle, but like there isn't nobility there.
Where is it? Like north?
North, kind of up almost by Whitehorn.
And what would the lord's name be there? Like the noble family?
I don't know.
Okay, well, insert noble family.
Yeah.
Should you ever find yourself in Wellington, I'm from the family up there. We could use your services.
Sort of thinking about it. Wellington's a human town.
It
You're
is.
an elf.
I just said there's a little bit left.
Sort of like frowns a little bit, but like, well. So you made me fail just so you could try and recruit me?
Something like that.
Sort of. I won't accept this.
I'll try and charm him.
Okay. That's an 11. Oh, he has advantage. That's an 11.
Nice! He fails!
I won't accept that. He kind of like pours the drink and then like starts pouring onto the floor. Unless...
I would really appreciate it.
Kind of like gets a little flustered. Kind of, oh.
I'll
Offers you like the wine.
I'll like telepathy to Ornessa. Well, this isn't really what I was thinking would happen. I'm really just making this up on the fly.
Oh.
But now he's off our trail. I think we can leave him.
Well, if you say so.
Because he doesn't think it was us. He thinks it was...
Me.
I guess he knows it was you.
Yeah.
And now he'll know it's me. Or will he think it's this guy?
I imagine he's going to think it's... I'm gesturing at my body right now. Which is also your body right now.
That's true. But he knows it was you the first time. He knows that it was you. I'm confused now. He knows that it was you that charmed him. To mask the long conversation about how with Ernessa. So, Phalet, tell me about your journey that brought you here.
He like pulls up a chair. Kind of like... Almost like bashful. Kind of like, oh, well...
And as he's telling the story,
Yeah.
I'll continue the conversation so it's not like a weird...
Yeah.
So, okay. So, he knows it was you that charmed him the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not this guy.
Yeah.
So then will he associate you with me after this charm wears off? And will he come after us? That's my only... Do you think he's gonna come after us? Wait, I have an idea. Sorry, go Ornessa.
So,
I just like to think out loud.
well, he only saw me in this form, and he's only seen you in this form. I don't think he has any reason to see us as different people.
So he doesn't know it was you, pink succubus you, that charmed him originally. He thinks it was this form.
Yes, I think so. I didn't appear to him as a succubus.
But you were telling him what to do when he broke his hand, and that broke the charm.
Yes, and I use this voice. He only knows me by the face you had me show him.
Okay. So, I think we can let him go.
If you say so.
Let's let him go.
Alright.
You're free to go. You can go enjoy yourself wherever you'd like.
Okay. You hear a little like outside the door, really faintly.
Nice.
Yeah. As he's still sitting there. And then...
Well, why don't you tell me about the bill from Lady Eremy?
Oh, yes. Well, I was part of an adventuring party that was commissioned to rid this little town of Daffodil or some such in the east. One of the trading union villages, remnants, of a Tyrannosaurus infestation. Many died in it, but my fair party was able to fell one. And then the matter just came as to who we would sell it to. We took that carcass a very long ways, let me tell you.
Must have been really heavy.
Oh yes, we had a cleric of Kellamvor with us. who placed copper over its eyes, and we were able to preserve it a little longer. We took it through the mountains. There's a bridge there that was out. We had to, well, I won't bore you with the details, but we had to get it across there. After which, one of our companions, he's what you would call a sundersword. Strange magic they use. They can draw weapons out of inanimate objects. And he was saying that we would sell it to his fleet, the Silk Fleet. So we sold it. The airships came. It was a wonderful process. I got to meet Lady Aramy, Baroness of the Silk Fleet.
Quite Baroness.
Yes. I believe that's the title they use there.
Is she not a Kaiserine?
Yes, a Kaiserine. A Baroness is a title that's used for one section of the fleet that she controls. I'm not sure how it all breaks down, but there's lots of different branches of government that she's head of. It's, yes, I believe, kind of like, eyes kind of turn as he like looks at his drink. That would make her the aunt of Bray. He takes a sip.
Was that girl you lost? The girl that won the competition?
Yes. Sniveling little brat. No wonder she came to this competition. You know, she...
Torness immediately. Get back here, we're gonna have some fun.
Okay. You don't hear the psh, but like, sort of... She only entered this competition because she's got wealthy parents, probably funded that whole dress thing of hers. In any case, as long as it wasn't her who was trifling with me, I can leave with some of my dignity intact.
At that, Torness, how far away are you exactly?
Like a minute? 30 seconds?
Okay. Well, that Bray was lovely. She had just most beautiful hair and her costume. Oh, I don't think you could have beat her even if we weren't messing with you.
Like, goes back to the wine, like, yes, I'll believe that when I see it, but...
She was gonna have grace on you. But now, I really don't think that's the case.
You drop it?
I drop the voice,
yes.
But keep the...
There is recognition, but the charm effect's still there, so he's not, like, outright afraid yet.
Yeah.
Kind of just like, Bray?
Oh, hello. And then I'll drop the... Yeah.
Gross. At which point you just hear in your head, I'm here, do you want me to...
He's charmed. But wait, you can appear.
Behind him. She kind of like has like clawed hands over his like shoulders.
You couldn't have just let it go.
What?
You couldn't have just left it at... You lost. You played the game not very well.
Tail kind of like curling around
You
the
had
neck a little bit.
Insult me and my... I'd say my family. He didn't really insult my family, but... Insult me. I didn't know my father was part of that adventuring party.
Your father?
Anethius?
Oh no. I don't think I saw him there.
A Sundersword?
Yes, there's...
Sold it to his fleet? Is there more than one in the fleet?
You probably only know Anethius.
Yeah.
But he sort of seems insistent, like, oh no, it wasn't the prince. It was some other figure.
Are you sure? He's the only Sundersword I know of in the fleet, and I've lived in the fleet for 25 years.
Yes, I don't recall his name. Big suit of armor. Colorful. Browns and greens. Big cape.
I don't know what armor Anethius wore. No, not that.
It doesn't sound like that.
Yeah.
Sort of,
Either way, you've insulted me.
oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you will be.
Tail's still curling, fingers kind of dig in. And it's sort of like,
Are you okay if you don't eat tonight?
oh. Kind of like blushes a little bit, like, oh, are you hungry?
I think it's time.
Kind of like goes over to you and kind of like gets really close. Like, oh, are we gonna?
Yeah.
Tail's still kind of curling. Just sort of, yeah. So, I can't charm him.
I've charmed him.
Yeah. So, as long as he accepts my kiss.
You're gonna accept her kiss.
Sort of like, yes, of course. And I just sort of like, oh. And then, just so I'm clear, do you have your phylactery on you somewhere? Because I think I have to, like, kiss that too.
Let's go get it.
Okay.
And
yeah.
For all intents and purposes, for meta purposes,
yes.
We will spend time going to...
Wherever your phylactery is.
Wherever my phylactery is.
We will keep that vague.
Vague.
I assume you can then return or have the three of you together, in which case I do get to make a check with him. Because it's possible he lives.
Oh, really?
Yes, he passes the wisdom save. It means he only takes half damage here.
Ooh.
Which then means he remakes the charm save.
So does it have to drain them to 0?
Yes.
Oh, I would have done other things then. I didn't know that.
Well, you don't know how the kiss works.
Yeah, fair.
He takes half of 41, so he takes 20 damage.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as Ornessa, who tries to make this as flirty as possible, and keeps you with her the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like plants this kiss, which he accepts. You see like the face kind of drain of color.
Mm-hmm.
As he's still alive, he gets to make a wisdom save. It is against a charm effect.
Is there a turn order question mark?
Not,
or he just
not yet, because it's immediate.
Okay.
That is going to pass. As you feel, I believe that's the way it works in your charm. If he takes damage, he remakes the save.
I believe so, yeah.
As you feel that your charm has been broken.
Yeah.
As he quickly like turns, still tail kind of like around his neck here. Ornessa kind of like dreamily just kind of staring off.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like, there's a moment of like panic.
Oh no.
And I need you to roll initiative. I will roll Ornessa.
Ooh, that's a 12. 13.
Okay, it goes you, Ornessa, him.
Nice.
Uh-oh. What would you like to do? I'll say he's currently restrained at the moment.
Lovely.
One might say pinned, but...
I'm going to cast a spell. Amazing. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at 4th level.
Okay.
So that is 5 rays.
Yeah.
At 2d6.
Okay. Yeah, roll me 5d20.
Well over 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a hit.
Bigger, more than that. 15?
15 hits.
Okay.
He doesn't have his mage armor on.
More than 15?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 17. So they all hit.
Yes.
So that's
2d6
times 5.
Yeah.
7, 12. Sorry, that's. Oh no, wait. 7, 12, 19, 25.
That's 4 bolts. That will do it.
Nice.
You have 20 health left.
And one more for good measure.
Sure. Double tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 points of fire damage.
Yeah, you have 5 shots. As his body is just like immediately dead, held up by the neck by this like Ornessa's tail. She kind of like yelps and kind of turns like, Bray,
Well, that was no fun.
what happened? Were you not having fun?
Well, it didn't work.
Why?
I couldn't really have him telling
Oh,
people.
did the charm break?
Yes.
Oh. Sort of, yeah. Kind of uncoils. Kind of like looking down. Oh. Well. That's kind of lame.
I know.
Well, if you're still hungry, we can find someone else.
No, I've got time. It was more he deserved it.
Yeah.
I don't want to... Can't just get anyone. Gotta be bad person, you know?
Yeah, I guess
He's
so.
a bad person.
Okay. Well, you know, I'm probably gonna head up then. But
Fair.
Is there a bed for me? I only saw 2, and you said that...
Glimmer's taking one.
Yeah.
Miria's in the other. I'm gonna take the couch. So you're more than welcome to crawl in with Glimmer or Miria.
Sort of like thinks about it. Bray, I think next time you should give Glimmer or Miria the couch.
Well, Glimmer needed the bed more than I did. And Miria... We probably could. You could move Miria to the couch if you want. I don't think she'll wake up.
Okay, but like, well then, will you be taking the bed?
Well, I don't really need to sleep.
Oh.
So...
Oh, that's why you were taking the couch.
Yeah. I'll just take a chair. It's fine.
Okay. You can take a chair next to the bed that I'm in.
For you, of course.
Yay! She kind of disappears. At which point, is there anything else you'd like to do while you're here?
I'm going to... Can I polymorph him?
Yeah.
Into a spider?
Technically, no.
No, because he's dead.
Corpse. Yeah.
Okay. I was just trying to think of a way to get rid of it.
Yeah.
With 5 bolts of fire and an overkill, is he very recognizable?
I
mean, they know this was his room. But...
Yes. He is pretty badly burned.
Fair.
The room is a little bit of a mess. Just due to Ornessa.
Can I... So, dimension door.
Mm-hmm.
You teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. You arrive at exactly the spot desired. It can be a place you can see, visualize, describe, and you can bring along blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. You could dimension
door to my room?
Body. Yeah.
No, I don't want to bring the body.
Oh, okay.
Because they didn't see me going in there.
Yes.
So I'm just going to dimension door up to my room.
You like... The way it works is you like, open like a door in space and you
Yeah.
step in you're in your room.
Beautiful.
Ornessa there as well.
I've never used that spell before.
Whoa, you're faster than I did.
I did.
Oh.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat. She kind of like goes over and like lifts Miria up.
I'll help her.
Okay. Kind of half-heartedly, like down. Goes over, gets the pail.
Yeah. Nice.
Sort of. All right.
Is Glimmer still in the bath?
Yes. Yeah, Glimmer's probably still in the bath.
I'll give a little.
Yes.
Just making sure you're not sleeping in there.
Oh yes, I'm just getting up now.
Oh, lovely. And we've moved Miria to the couch.
Yeah.
So that Ornessa can have a bed.
Ornessa's sort of like, oh, she's in there?
Yeah.
I should probably put a shirt on.
Probably.
Sort of like, and then kind of like tucks herself in. Sort of like, Bray,
Yeah.
come here.
I'll like walk over.
Kind of like, I'll find you someone to eat eventually.
Oh. We'll find someone, I'm sure.
And it'll be a special moment. It'll be great. Just the 3 of us. You, me, and
Whoever
you don't like.
Awesome.
And I hope, she kind of like puts a hand out on your cheek. I hope you find lots of people who wrong you so that you can eat lots.
You know, it'll be interesting. That was an interesting experience. Like, I gotta mull it over tonight. I have a lot of time to mull it over. But anyways, we gotta figure out how that works. I thought your kiss just worked.
Yeah, it does. He must have been like, he had a lot going on there. Resistant-wise, I don't know. Usually my kiss just kills people.
Okay. Well, we gotta work on that, because I don't want to have to do that again.
Yeah. Well, next time, what we can do is if I charm him and he breaks out, then you can charm him and kiss him again.
Yeah.
But but, yeah. I don't know, we'll figure something
We'll
out.
figure it out. Good night.
I'm immediately asleep.
I'll, like, grab one of the chairs and bring it over and, like, sit in the chair, put my feet up on the bed type thing.
At this point, you take short rests? Or are you doing anything in particular?
Oh, wait, no, sorry, what I'm going to do. I'll bring the chair beside the bed and I'll get into the bed.
Sure.
To give Glimmer the illusion that I sleep.
Okay, so you're sleeping next to Ornessa?
Yeah, pretending to.
Yeah. As soon as you get in the bed, arm kind of suspiciously kind of grabs your arm.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Bray.
I guess I'll stay here tonight.
Tail around and wing over, like, oh, Bray, oh no, I was only pretending to be asleep. As a few minutes later, Glimmer will come out of the bath and, like, sets the glasses down.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Kind of, like, tipping-toeing, like, oh.
Oh, I'm not asleep.
Bray.
That was, we talked, like, 2 minutes ago. I don't fall asleep that quickly.
When I was sort of like, yeah, we're just pretending to sleep. Snore.
Snore!
She was like, oh, it was wonderful. I thank you so much.
Lovely.
I'm just probably just going to go to bed now for the night. But if there's anything...
No, enjoy yourself. Have a good night's rest. We'll have some breakfast in the morning.
Of course.
And then we'll head out.
You notice in her hands she has one of her, like, diamond, like, earrings that she was going to try and offer you. But upon saying, like, just enjoy it, you kind of, oh, yes. Kind of goes over, hops into the bed, kind of, like, rolls over.
I'll send to Igmarel.
Yeah.
And just say, staying at the Cat and Fiddle for the night. We got a free room. Hope everything's going well. We will see you in the morning.
Cool. That sounds wonderful. I will see you on the morrow. At which point, some time goes by, maybe half an hour or so, until Ornessa and Glimmer are asleep. At which point, are you just gonna short rest?
I'm just gonna short rest until the morning.
Sure. You get one short rest in.
Oh.
If you'd like to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
After which point something's going to happen.
Okay. I'm gonna take a couple spell slots. Sorcery. I don't remember the levels for numbers. You can keep going.
Yeah. As you are sitting there, twiddling the thumbs, doing some studying, the door to your room, which is locked, is going to burst open as this massive frame of Igmarel strides in, wings kind of out to the sides. Immediately, Glimmer kind of sits up and kind of, like, shrieks a little bit as
What?
Igmarel, like, walks right up to the bed here. She kind of, like, without judging too overtly, glances at you and Ornessa. To Glimmer, who kind of, like, oh, she's here. And then over to Miria. Sort of, Bray.
Where's my ship?
It's fine. I bring something for you. She kind of snaps and then shoves forward this person. It's a man.
Yeah?
Kind of, like, and drops him to the knees. It's a gentleman in black uniform with a red sun on it with the 4 points. Bowl cut hair.
From the fleet.
Yes. Little rapier at his belt, like, dinky thing. Shield on his back. Kind of, like, sits down, kind of, Bray of the Banner of Valandon, I have been sent to summon you on behalf of Lady Arami and Lord Anethius and of Lyra Torley and of Cerelia Summerwell.
Oh?
It is a matter of grave importance to do with the Lady Valencia Summerwell.
Is she alright?
And we're going to end the session there.
Ah! Oh no.